What's good, bitch? What you saying, bitch? What's good, gal? Good kiddo. Tell me why, tell me why. It's hot. Oh.
Hello, hello, can you hear me?
It's alive.
Stanky leg!
Yeah, the stanky leg is back. Don't you worry.
Soldier boy, what's good, brother?
Soldier boy.
Soldier boy, there you go. What? What? What?
I think he's in trouble for not saying his dad's wheeler.
Keegan's about to get out royally.
Are you on Tommy's? What is it? Alright. Who even sang that song? It was Soldier Boy, was it not?
No, it was Stanky Leg.
What am I prepping?
Boy.
Was it not?
No, it was the Nene song, wasn't it? Watch me whip, watch me Nene.
That's the same song.
Yeah, it's not fucking Soldier Boy.
No, it's not Soldier Boy.
I thought it was Soldier Boy.
Oi!
Can't let it go. Soldier Boy, let it all be.
As much as everyone, like,
Now watch me whip.
Now, yeah, back then, when it was first born.
Now watch me whip. Watch me
Or
name.
Dan just post at the pit window will be lap 5.
It's not like
When it was
next
first born,
morning.
it looked a bit different as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Watch me whip. Watch me name.
That's like that don't go halfway through fucking stream, imagine.
If it goes halfway through the stream, you're just going to get me shouting at middle of the fucking broadcast and Dan on that.
Or just man up, don't scream, just take it and try and be
And then you'll just say, Stanky leg.
Dan will be sat there like, don't worry viewers, Matt has just hit the old stanky leg. He's been doing this recently.
Watch it coming to you soon, the Matthew Duck and Stanky leg. We call it the wanky leg.
Oh, it's off. Okay.
You laugh, but I don't think you
What's
laugh.
up? Dude, this stanky leg stank. Why was she soaking?
That's what she said.
Oh, good puppy. Good puppy.
Axel, stop!
What are you
No!
doing?
I feel like Matt said my name or something. But
No!
What?
I feel like Matt told me to do something, but I didn't quite hear him.
Post the pit window of lap 5, please.
You ran a fucking headbutt at me and laughed. I'm trying to call at him. No one else are. Shut up.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
a
know.
baby,
You're a grown man.
that's
Yeah.
all. Not a baby anymore.
Alright, it's a top pot. No!
No, you're the best though, he had to do that.
Oh, he's throwing this round. Throw it at him. Yeah, that's the logic.
What lap,
I
Matt?
mean, it stopped him doing what you were doing.
You want done?
I mean, no, you're
Pit
Lap
window,
5.
what lap?
I like this one. Leave him on it. Yeah.
Got already. Well done.
I like how the stem twists. I wish it twisted that little.
You give me a minute, let me tea. You still got up here loads of time. Chill out, man.
That's so cute.
Chris, give him the slipper.
Anything will make it.
your family.
Mummy said no.
Your whole family says no. Instead of no.
No. No.
Matt,
Yeah?
say no.
No.
No, like telling kids off.
No. Oh, like I'm telling kids off?
Yeah. Fuck off, guys!
I shout.
He goes, Axel, no.
No.
No. Like,
I don't want to tell him off. I just don't want to.
mine no last night.
Uncle Matthew.
Took a bit of foil off Rob's packaging, didn't she?
Alright, yeah.
What was you know what it is?
No, you couldn't.
Pulled his skin back on his willy, tried to push it down the tip. I went, no! We were like, threw it away.
Axel, no.
Should we get going?
Yeah, get the child.
Not that, that's before.
Boy!
We're going to be having an A for it.
Ah,
Oh, no, you'll be having an
You're probably get
I
batted
thought that
there.
were it then.
A. Yeah, so that's what I mean.
No! Get your jumper on, Mummy's got it.
So let's take your top off.
You sat on it. You are sat on it.
It's all now. You let one stop playing, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to put this on because we're going out.
I love you.
See you for that.
And it's in.
Oh, wow. Oh yeah.
Dad.
Where's
One
Daddy?
hand, this hand
He's
in.
coming. Oh, neighbour,
Push.
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 What's he got now? Oh, got that new Splendor thing in the cupboard.
Get some vodka.
Yeah.
Get a drink.
It's a quarter.
No,
It's a quarter, Pops. It's a quarter.
Can you let go of him? Axel. Axel. Axel.
Mate, I can't hear a fucking word you're saying.
Stay here.
There's
Stay
so
here.
much
Come on.
fucking
Hey,
background
hey.
noise.
Yeah, I know, they're going in a minute, don't worry.
Boo! See now, come here. Come on. Come in.
He had some blue
Big-
trousers on. You're going to have to go down again.
Hang, Hang.
like that.
hang you eat mop back. Thank you. Go, 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 go. Daddy be back now.
Wait, get away from that.
Let you
Don't you watch it? Don't not.
Right, Keeks, catch you in a bit.
What did you think?
Right, Axel.
What did you think?
My
Axel.
back again.
What did
Yo.
you not?
I'm not right, I don't race.
Race drive.
Oh, I mean commentate.
I am
Did you
commentating.
get your shoes and things on?
Did you ever see race drive?
No.
You didn't.
It said race tonight.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Well, look, it's up so you can't pull them off. Oh, it's meanie. What if he needs a fucking bath?
You only got one. Zing.
Want to try and get something started for seeing, like, what's happening to speech wise.
I can't do it.
Oh, things are big. Where's his shoes?
Yeah, I got
Hey, feed him, Matt.
I'll be alright, mate. There you go. I've just took my tail
Right,
box.
come and say bye quick before you go. Give him a quick cuddle. Love it.
What are you doing here?
We're here.
You get me one.
I didn't.
You've given him one, never mind. He's not feeling it today, is he? Tell Floyd to come down and give Axel a cuddle bye.
What did you
Well,
say?
look, go get Axel. Then Floyd.
Guys, come never hold from Axel.
Babe, can that switch?
Yeah, you move it over here, or you're going to stay there and then halfway through screaming and I'll twin you back. There you go. Switch.
Stoke was asleep halfway through streaming. With his phone. them off. I think there was one more of that time.
Floyd, you've not even done gate, I don't think. No.
Let's say if you find more, you know.
Yeah.
As I say, come tomorrow, all funky bits will be dry, it'll be loads easier to sweep up there.
Axel.
Bits do my head in, that's what does me. Can't stand bits on my feet. Makes me angry. That's why I never look fucking kitchen at my house. We never hoovered the stairs yesterday, didn't we?
No, but right.
Who are we missing at the minute?
I'll message you about what we're doing.
Axel!
Dean.
Why? I don't get what his problem is.
For knocking shit off the
Yeah.
side, yeah.
So fucking
No
annoying.
matter what it is, if it can not be knocked to the floor, it gets knocked to the floor. Oh, you can, mate.
Don't forget your speaker.
2 drivers missing, that's Dean, aren't we?
What's the lid?
Down there, look. And don't forget your white pumpkin.
You get the small child.
Oh, well.
From pumpkin. Yeah,
Done. Yeah, it's done.
Yep. Pretty much, mate.
No, Dean?
No Dean at the minute, he's online, but he's on the game, but no Dean at the minute.
Right, he's coming. Say bye! Bye! Done.
See you later.
Matt.
Sort it out Sunday, then we'll try and down here-ish. Anyway.
I'm locked up with Major to the vets tomorrow now. She's
Oh, yeah.
rearranging it for Monday, so we'll see what time we get finished with Elf visitor and that.
Yeah, no
See you,
worries.
sweetheart.
See you later.
See ya.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a minute to get in.
Are we meeting you all?
Can you hear me, Dan?
Just about.
Can you hear me now? Is it any better now? It's quieter. Yeah.
I can hear.
Yep, sweet. No, who's going?
Primera. Primera.
What's Promeda mean?
Turn 1's called Primera.
Oh, right. Turn 9's named after a bike rider who died, apparently, Karen said.
Craig Jones.
Lagos.
Lagos. No, that's not what I put, you stupid thing. No, stop. No!
Torrevit. Torrevit.
Oh,
Already.
we're going.
And Samsung.
There's no Dean. Fuck him.
Portimao. Sagres.
I can hear someone in the background there.
That's me screwing my microphone at me. right now, better and better. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Pro-Am Series live on your Wednesday night here at the Portimao, the Algarve. What a circuit, what a track, what a place, what a venue. Unless you're playing F1 2021, I'm Matthew Duffin, joined in the commentary box by my co-driver on F1 2021, my teammate, if you will, Dan Davis. Dan, how are you?
I'm not doing too bad. Yourself, Matthew? I know you just had a little bit of an incident, but you sound a little bit out of breath there.
Yeah.
Doing a little bit of the stanky leg, as me and Keegan like to call it.
Yeah, struggling with the back at the minute, mate, but nevertheless, we're here, we're live, Portimao. What a track to be at, Dan, what a place to be at.
I hate it.
Terrible,
After driving here in the Aston Martin F1 car, I absolutely detest it. But no, it's nice to have Algarve back again, once again, on the calendar here at the beautiful Portugal scenery. Portimao, obviously, is the name of the circuit, Autodrome. But definitely an interesting circuit, lots of elevation changes and very tricky corners. And what I've been quickly reading up on, the idea of this circuit is a mixture of two different circuits, to be honest. There's a mixture of two tracks of Spa-Francorchamps and also there's the other one, I'm just going to find it, the Nürburgring. So this has been designed with those two circuits in mind, and it's a blend of the two. So Nürburgring and Spa-Francorchamps was designed to be like this.
Well,
so,
I didn't know that one.
Yeah, and also another fun fact for you at the Portimao Autodrome is that obviously MotoGP is heavily influenced here. One of the circuits that they've used multiple times, and a couple of years ago, in 2008, I believe, Craig Jones, who's a known bike rider, lost his life here at the Autodrome. So one of the corners actually has a statue, a memorial of Craig Jones himself in that corner, which I believe is the Dipper, which is in the middle section. But yeah, Algarve, a lot of history, a lot of success here, especially if you're in a Mercedes, and I think the Mercedes will look strong here tonight as well.
Yeah, they do certainly look like they're going to kick off, and what a nice testament to put a nice little statue there. And the fact about Spa and Nürburgring, did not know that one, but we are here. It's sunny, it's beautiful, beautiful weather here in Portimao, Algarve, and what a place to be, what a track to be at. One of my favourite tracks to watch, like you said. I value your opinion on it's terrible to drive in an Aston Martin Formula 1 car, as we both found out in our free time. But what a circuit to be at, what a time to be at this circuit. We've got two drivers on double points tonight, we'll get to them in the mid-break session. But I'm just going to quickly go through the championship standings as they stand at this moment in time.
Please do so.
And it is Mace Gamer who leads the way. Missed last week, but he's back this week. He's on 22, he's 244 points. 22 points clear of Kelly in second place, KLF 900. The man in second place who took such a good double points round at the Oschersleben last week. Third place is Kieran Argent, 28 points behind Maze Gamer, 6 points off the back of Kelly, with Rabbit Joe sitting in P4.
Mate, there's no sound.
You what, sorry?
There's no sound, apparently.
I forgot to unmute it, so for all those people, we'll start again. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to SimPlay Motorsport. I'm Matthew Duffin. This is Dan Davis. This is Algarve and the Portimao. We've done all this good stuff. I forgot to unmute it. Apologies, I'm a bit rushed for time here tonight because of the fact that I've struggled with the back for a couple of days, and I literally had a real pain sensation in my back 2 minutes before I pressed go live, and I forgot to unmute the stream. So, good evening. Dan, I'll let you take your stats away.
Well, yeah, let's go. Well, I'll re-say exactly what I said here, and yeah, Autodrome, Portimao here at the Algarve in beautiful Portugal. We are back here once again for season 2. We were here before season 2, season 3 I think we missed it, but we are back here once again. A couple of fun facts for you. This circuit was designed based off two circuits, which were Spa-Francorchamps and the Nürburgring. So they had two circuits in mind when designing this track, and this is what they've managed to come up with. And also, if I can catch a driver coming in at the right time. Midpoint of the track, there's quite a lot of cars in the midsection. We'll try and find the car. Midpoint of the circuit is a tribute to a ex-Moto GP or bike rider who used to race here at the Algarve called Craig Jones, and there is a statue located just at this section that Smokey Devil was coming to in memory of him and his achievements in bike riding. So it's nice to have a kind of a memorabilia for Craig Jones himself.
Yeah.
There's a couple of fun facts of well, I say fun, not really fun, but there's some interesting facts of the Algarve Portimao circuit. Also, a capacity of 100,000 people. It's a FIA Grade 1 circuit with 15 corners and also a length of 1.8 miles long. So current lap record is actually held by a Formula 1 car of Lewis Hamilton, a 118.7. And like always, Matt, Mercedes always go strong here, always go very strong. And I'm thinking Mercedes themselves are going to go very strong, as you were about to go through the standings for
I
us.
was about to go through the standings, but who's this Lewis Hamilton geezer that's got the lap record? Don't think I've heard of him.
I don't know.
No.
He's been knighted as well, and I'm not sure why he's been knighted as well. But
Oh, right. Never heard on him.
never heard of him either.
Whereas we will go through
I've heard of Lando Norris.
I know Lando. It's the track where the Friday then Saturday Sunday came from.
That was Mugello.
Mugello, yes. No, you're right. Which we wanted on the calendar this year. We didn't get it. But I will go through the standings, Daniel. Thank you very much. After we was just doing the standings before our lovely viewers and audience decided to tell us that nobody could hear us. As then, Mace Gamer leads the way, 244 points. He has a 22-point lead over KLF 900, with Argent sitting at 6 points off the back of him. Rabbit Joe is P4, he's 51 points off the title lead, and Joe has taken double points. Argent, though, still out of them 4 at the minute, yet to take them. As this is on your screen now, Nicky, he's P5, yet to take double points, and 64 points off the championship lead. Welshie, he's taken double points. What a week he had last week, back on the podium. Great to see Welshie there. He sits in P6, just ahead of Smokey Devil then in P7, who's yet to take his double points as well. Don't Know Mate then comes up in P8, 4 points off of 100, so can he make 100 points tonight? That'll be the goal for him. DJ Phil still yet to take his double points. He's in P9, and let's not forget, double points, you've got this week, you've got Zolder, you've got Sakito Suzuka, round 10, or the 10th track should I say, to take double points. They've only got 2 weeks left, because now the session started, it's too late to get your double point vote, to let me know about your double points. We then go to Stealth Sloth in P10. He has yet to take double points, as well as we go to Alfie in 11th place, not here last week, and so far him and his teammate Dean not here this week. So where are they to be seen? Dean is in 12th place with Ukbar in 13th place at the moment, yet to take double points, as is Smithy, who you just saw on your screen, in P14. And what a job Smithy's doing. It's nice to see Smithy back out there. Missed last week due to illness, the dreaded C, but he's back this week. The Constructors' title looks like this. Forever Forward Racing have a 7-point lead over the Team Prolapse Renaults, but like Dan said, Mercedes track. Will the Mercedes-Benz cars look to capitalise here tonight? Team Pro Lassie of Maze Gamer sits in 3rd place, and what a job he's done on his own of Maze Gamer to sit still in that 3rd place spot. DJ Motorsport then is in 4th for Smokey Devil and DJ Phil. Dean Wasocki has just got in, so he's got in with 11 minutes left of practice to go, so that is good to see. MC Motorsport then are just behind DJ Motorsport. They'll be looking to try and fight with them to get that 4th place spot in the season. Maybe MC Motorsport get back into 3rd place as well. AA 3D Printing, Dean Wasocki on his own at the moment, no Alfie yet. He is currently sat just behind MC Motorsport, but quite a way off the back, a good 60 odd points. Iron Brew Racing then are behind AA 3D Printing, only by 19 points, so can they take the fight to AA 3D Printing in this one? The Flying Dutchman and Team Cool running 68 and 69 points between them two, 68, 69 points for them two teams as well there. And at the moment, Dan, your tip for this race? I know you said the Mercedes looks a strong track, but what drivers in particular are you looking at?
Well, obviously we've got to look at the main title contenders. Obviously, Maze Gamer, Argent, and Rabbit Joe in the Mercedes. But I also want to make a quiet shout out to the Renaults. Obviously, I don't think they're going to have overall qualifying pace over the Mercedes, but I think over time they'll be better on their tyres, they'll be more kinder to the tyres, they'll look after them better, and in the later stage of the race, I believe that characteristics of the Renault should come back forward into the race. And guys, in the comments, 20 people you watching, get your opinion on who you think is going to take the first win of the night and the overall race win this week. Also, get your driver of the day later on in the evening as well. But Matt, I'm going to be saying Mercedes versus Renault again here. Maybe an Ukbar might catch out a few people. I know Ukbar's raced a couple of times here, the Flying Dutchman. Just needs a bit of luck, you know. He's never been a lucky driver. He's always been in little incidences here and there. A few drivers with a few penalties, obviously due to last week at Oschersleben, which I must tip to the Pro-Am boys. They did a fantastic job at that circuit. Brand new circuit, never ever driven there before. Half the guys never driven the circuit at all. And to go away with barely any contact, fairly clean, sensible driving, I take my hat off to them. A fantastic job.
Yeah, and what a drive they had, everybody as well. And we highlighted Welshie and Dean Wysocki in particular for having such good drives around Oschersleben. I want to shout out to what you're saying about the Renault and the Ginetta being better on its tyres. Will that help them beat the Mercedes AMG in the long run come the end of tonight? But another one I'm going to shout out is, if Dean can have a run like last week, could that SLS provide something around here? Because it's got the pace of the AMG, it's just a bit heavier. So what will that do with its tyres? That's going to be an interesting one to see. But the SLS of Dean Wysocki could be one to keep an eye out for. Lamborghini and Audi, Dan, not really a car that I don't think goes well around here. But I mean, I could be wrong. What do you think?
I think the problem is the Lamborghini is what I know of should be. I think it's the current lap record holder on the actual game. I think the Lamborghini is. But I believe the Audi will struggle. Don't know, mate. But it'd be nice to see Welshie and Stelsloff do something. I think the Porsche is well suited here as well. So maybe Smithy can have a couple of good laps. And as we're on Smithy, I think it's right to do so. We should do a lap with him, I think. Yeah, it's been a while since we've done a lap with Smithy. So here we are at Portimao, coming up the little crest here and down the main straight. A beautiful sight to see here as the cars come up and down. Turn 1 and the track limits are going to be key here. We're going to be watching hard for who takes track limits or not. And Smithy goes in the pits. Thank you very much, Smithy. We'll do a lap with Don't Know Mate. Yeah, I don't think we've done a lap with Don't Know Mate before. I really hope that he doesn't go in the pits.
He's on the thumbnail, so why not?
He is on the thumbnail. I like to switch it up and have a different driver on the thumbnail. So Don't Know Mate, as he's on the thumbnail, let's do a lap with him here as Bryn comes across the line now, and he'll start his his flying lap here as we go down into turn 1. Very easy to take too much curve, and the car will start to slide and take track limits as Don't Know Mate stays with the track limits but with a big wiggle. Turn 2, not really a corner, but then into the main turn 2 here, which would basically turn 3, very slow hairpin, and get ready to come uphill into a left-hander, which will very unsettle the car. The car goes very light, it wants to spin, but if you can keep it under control and plant it, it will do a nice run up the hill and then down this little straight. Heavy braking downhill, so it's easy to lock and overshoot your braking, but Don't Know Mate's bang on the brakes there, hits the apex, and you want to get a nice drive out of the corner here. Nice opportunity to overtake if you have a good run into turn 4. Over the crest, left-hander, barely a corner there, but it gives you enough speed to then come into this quick right-hander. Very easy again to run wide and take too much speed into it. And then this, to me, is the trickiest corner out of all of them. The car struggles on exit, rear becomes very light, wants to wheel spin, and then over the hill, back down into the dipper, past Craig Jones's Memorial. And you see Don't Know Mate how to wiggle as he comes up here. Another tricky section, braking. There's a late apex corner, very easy for the car to go light. Lock the brakes and the rear comes and snaps behind you. Back downhill again into a dip, into a left-hander, and then finally coming for the last few elevation changes into a slow hairpin. Very easy to drop down to gear 1 and spin the car. So gear 2 is probably the best thing here, and same here. A long hairpin, feels longer than ever. You take for a while to get round, and then down into the final section here. Back little straight here, and then over this beautiful right-hand crest, flat out if you're brave enough. But I don't think most people will be hitting that flat out there. Run it out wide, and if you've had a decent lap here at the Algarve Portimao, you will produce a lap time of a 43, 44 is what the Pro-Am boys are doing. But Don't Know Mate crosses the line and does not improve. And that is the beautiful Portimao Algarve.
Now, Dan, big question in the testing over the week is, what tyre is the tyre to run? Because we've seen it with a lot of drivers in this season at the minute. Hard tyres was on early on in this season, but it's now a case of what's the tyre choice now? What are you on this track? Because we know that in recent weeks it's been the soft tyre has been the key tyre to be on. What's the tyre choice now? The Algarve, the track suits the soft tyre until you get to that final corner, and it kind of wears it a little bit. The Mercedes is a bit more aggressive on its tyres at eye testing compared to yourself in the Porsche. But what would you say for the Pro-Am lads? What's their tyre choice tonight?
I think it really suits the car, really. If a car like the Renault can handle, I know that the Renault is very good on the softs. If it can handle it, then why not run it? I mean, the cars are very different in characteristics. I've managed to make hards work on the Porsche, and the hard seems to work very well on the Porsche. On the other hand, I put it on softs and it kills it instantly. Even though we are running here in the autumn, it's still quite warm in the Algarve. It's still good clear weather here, so tyres are still going to burn up. So such as Kelly has a little spin there to go on board with Rabbit Joe. So it depends really. If you can get the tyres to work, especially the hards, get them to temperature and get them in a comfortable window and not burn them out or not or not get them warm enough, then really it's a matter of feel and choice. I've been testing, and for me at the minute, it feels like hard tyres are, for me, the only way to go. I burn the softs out within 2 or 3 laps.
And I have to agree with you, Dan, that the soft tyre, within 2 or 3 laps, you're kind of done. So for qualifying, this is going to be an interesting one, isn't it? Joe likes to quickly do 1 lap and get back into the pit. So, you know, with it being a 1 minute 40 lap, it's not really the track to be pitting and doing 1 lap's worth of qualifying. So if you don't get a great lap, I mean, all right, at the minute, he's the quickest. But it come qualifying, if he doesn't get that lap and he's on the soft tyres and he's having to re-pit every lap, he's going to really struggle, as we see Dean just carrying some speed in. Had a good week last week. Can he back that up last week to this week? Hopefully so. He's had a bit of late practice this week, Monday, Tuesday, late at night, due to other real-life commitments at home, as to why he's not been on most of the time. And Dan, shall we talk about the exciting news that was announced last week? The WEC Championship coming to SimPlay Motorsport in the new year. What a championship this could be.
Yeah, definitely. So this is going to be a very, very long season. I'm excited for it. I know you're excited for it, Matt. I think I'm going to be one of the first people to sign up. And I know, for example, some of the Prolapse boys, they will definitely suit this, especially a driver who we've not seen yet here at SimPlay Motorsport, who's rated very highly on other leagues, which is Ben Parkey. And I know for a fact he loves his high downforce cars. And with the WEC coming, I think it's something that he would really suit to. LMP2s, GTEs around some of the most well-known world endurance circuits. Obviously,
we come
myself,
here, don't we? We come here for one of them.
We do come to the Algarve. One of them is the Algarve, and
which
also
is the 8-hour race, as I'm looking at it. The 8-hour race of Algarve. So that would be an interesting one. Yeah,
definitely so. And exciting, the fact that the world endurance guys who thoroughly enjoy following the series and likes doing long races, i.e. Mazda, myself, and a couple others who really do enjoy those endurance races, this is an opportunity to get involved. And it's something that we don't often see on the leagues, you know, that we've seen a few people do it on other leagues, but we'll finally be able to do it ourselves and have a good crack at it. Like I said, 6 rounds, once a month, and some of the most well-known circuits. I believe, Matt, you have the calendar in front of you?
I do have the calendar in front of me. So we'll be heading to Silverstone for 6 hours of Silverstone. And just say, this isn't 6 hours simulated. This is the actual 6 hours. We are doing the full World Endurance Championship, LMP2 GT, as Dan said. So it's the full 6 hours of Silverstone. We then head, a month later, 6 hours of Spa-Francorchamps. What a track that'll be. That'll be a real tester for the drivers out there. We then go to 6 hours of Monza. Nice, easy circuit, but 6 hours of it, this is going to be so fascinating to watch. We then head over to Japan for the 6 hour of Fuji. What a track Japan is. We go to Fuji in a few weeks here in the GT3s. We're there for the WEC. 8 hours of the Algarve. What a track that's going to be for 8 hours. LMP2 GT3 action. And then to finish the season, Dan. And this is what I'm really looking forward to. Us here at SimPlay Motorsport, we know we've done the 24-hour Daytona road course, and we did the 24-hour Nordschleife combined for cancer research, in which you guys raised such an amount of money, and the drivers who took part, what a job them guys did, as well as, you know, myself and Dan and Kelly on commentary. We although it wasn't the most professionalist commentary, it was more a chat in a party and everybody could hear it. What a grueling task it was. But we end the season, the 24-hour of Le Mans, and that one I am really, really looking forward to see.
Yeah, definitely so. And what's nice is we'll have a month in between each round, so it gives us an opportunity. The dates will be released just before Christmas. But we will have the dates down. I believe I was noting dates actually today while I was at work, but we will have it all confirmed. Myself, Matthew and Mazda, I believe I will be running the league, running the championship. So it's something to look forward to. So guys, if you are looking forward to doing a World Endurance Championship, get in there and get practicing with the LMP2s and the GTEs. I know, for example, there's a lot of drivers who like the GTEs. and we're bringing them back. We'll also
And
bring the LMP2s as well.
it brings me a chance to possibly share a drive with that Bozzy boy and get myself out on the grid. And that Bozzy boy who's done a bit of commentary here at SimPlay, running the GT5 series, helping Jamie Brazier with commentary on there. So me and that Bozzy boy could be sharing a commentary as well as a drive, and that could be an interesting one. I'm quite looking forward to get out there because obviously you guys are all aware who tune in. I suffer with back problems, so it'd be nice to get back in the seat and running an endurance race. Would be nice to see and test myself down, which I can do. So I'm quite looking forward to it then, as the practice session has come and gone. But I suppose when you're talking to nobody for about 6 minutes of the session, that's what happens when it's a 10-minute session where we're talking. But it's Maze Gamer who's finished the session on the fastest time. But a big shout out here to KLF, half a second off the back of the Mercedes-Benz in that Renault. When you look at Nicky and Ukbar 6th and 7th, not bad from him. But Kelly, really good start to his night in this practice session, Dan.
Yeah, I just think this is one of those circuits that suit Kelly. It's kind of technical, you kind of have to get into a rhythm, and I think it kind of the Renault suits this circuit in a sense. And I think also Kelly is now starting to get one with this Renault, as Stelsoft gives us a little flash of the lights. But yeah, I think it's one of it's not the most well balanced circuit, but it will help a chassis circuit car like the Renault, like the Acura, something like that, the Ginetta as well. It's very much helped that, but the Mercedes can attack that with these long straights as well. So we'll big up Kelly for that good lap time that he has produced. But once again, Matt, it's Mercedes 1-2 at the minute with Maze and Rabbit Joe. And
Maze has a tricky spin into the pit lane, but like you say, Dan, there you've hit the nail on the head. It is so good for the Mercs, but at the same time, the Renaults, the interesting thing is going to be the tyre wear through these races as we get into the session. Dean improved to P8, by the way, at the end of that session. There, then, Dan, your tip for pole.
I can't look further past than the actual Mercedes boys, either Maze or Rabbit Joe, I reckon. If I were to pick, I'm going to go with Maze. I've seen him race here before. I reckon Maze will be here as well. So I reckon Maze for pole position. Guys, get your prediction on who you think. Disco says in the comments that he reckons that the Renaults are going to be a dark horse. Fury's saying that Maze is looking strong here. And previous winners of season 1 and 2, says Jamie. Smithy saying G's are 143, 44 as these lads are quick. Kelly's flying, and Jamie obviously commenting on 6 hours and 8 hours of 24-hour racing. But I'm going to go with Maze. I'm
going to go Joe.
Yourself?
I'm going to go Joe.
So we have got cars out on circuit, and it is Kelly who will be the first man to set a lap time. Then we got Argent currently in that second position. I believe then we should have Welshie.
Do you want the qualifying lap record for here in the Pro-Am?
Oh, I would love to know the record so I can try and chase it tomorrow. This is for Pro-Am, so this isn't the Pro-Am. But we go back to season 1 where Big Boy Brazier took the record with a 1:43.3. Bearing in mind that was in the summer conditions at the Algarve. Jamie Brazier in his Lamborghini took a 1:43.3, and in the race it was a 1:44.1. So will the record of season 1 be broken? It's one of our longest records. The other one is Bruno. I think they're the only 2 tracks where season 1 records still exist. So will these guys break them records here tonight for season 1? We'll see if the pro guys can do it tomorrow night. No Alfie out there for qualifying yet. Hopefully he can join us later tonight because he's started to tumble down the seat table after a pretty good Donington Park. But Kelly's going to be the first man to get a lap in here. And there's a few guys on the track, you look at the track map, that are quite bunched together. Kelly's got a great piece of track. He's got no one in front of him. He's got nobody right behind him. And it's Argent. Then there's a car behind Argent slowing down. That's Welshie, giving him the space. And, oh no, it's Rabbit Joe. So as Welshie let Rabbit Joe through, and he's going to try and follow. Oh, now Joe's gone back to the pits. So that's not where you want to be. Look, the time is already down to 7 minutes 40, and Joe's only just coming out of the pit lane after he must have dropped to that final corner. But let's keep our eyes on Kelly then, Dan. What can he produce as an outlap? And don't forget, 10 minutes short qualifying. You want to get that banker lap in, don't you? Yeah, definitely. So, and again, guys, get your prediction on who you think is going to take pole position. It's so important to get that first lap timing. Build yourself a confidence. Start off slow, and then obviously later on you can push a little bit harder and harder and harder. They've done the hard work. They've done the testing. They know exactly where their cars are. Any small little tweaks now might unsettle it and may go the wrong way. So it's all about just getting those final little bits and pieces sorted now, and just getting the lap down. Get one lap done, refuel, get back out, go.
Rabbit Joe's only just came out the pit lane. Dean then, that lap time not representable, so he must have come out as the time had started, but he's put the first time on the board effectively with a 1:56.4, but it's obviously not a proper lap time. That is just his out lap, then he'll be on his fastest lap now. As here comes Kelly. And so Joe out the pits very, very, very late then, and has only pretty much got half a session by the time he'll get to the line to get round to start his lap time. Look at that, he's only coming down to the hairpin off the back straight. He's not even through the first sector, and there's only 6.5 minutes left on the clock. But here comes Kelly, just looking at the timing screen. Kelly, purple, on my timing screen at the minute as he comes round the penultimate corner into this final corner now. And this could be where the Renault starts to lose that bit of pace. He'll be good through here. The minute it hits the straight, it'll be starting to lose that pace compared to the Mercs. But green purple now as Maze Gamer has gone purple sector 1. Kelly then will set the first lap time, and how good is it for a banker? That's not bad. That's not a bad banker lap at all.
No, not a bad one at all. As Argent comes then next to come towards the line. What is his banker lap going to be? 46, so not a good lap from him. Welshie then the next man to come towards the line. And at this point, I have no idea who's going to be next. So Argent then Welshie crossing the line to go third fastest. It's Stelsloff coming towards the line. I'm not sure who's just
Smithy's in front. So we'll see what he gets.
Dean Wasocki after, so Smithy.
Yeah, Smithy's gone fourth. Stelsloff comes across the line. He's going to go P5. Dean Wasocki will improve surely. And does improve by 9 seconds up to second ahead of Argent. And here comes Ukbar. He slots himself into P5. That's Rabbit Joe then on an outlap just behind these guys here. But it is Smoky Devil currently purple through sectors 1 and 2. So what kind of lap is Smoky Devil on? He's took the sectors away from this man. Mace Game across his line of 43.9, so a heck of a lap. It's DJ Phil then, the first of the DJ Motorsports to cross the line. He comes across, goes P5. Smoky Devil then, who according to my timing screen is purple.
Wow,
yeah.
43.8.
Yeah,
nice
there we go then. Good banker lap from the top 3.
Yeah, Nicky's just the last one next to come along. I think Nicky's just struggling with this circuit a little bit. Kelly seems to be on top of it right now. He seems to have the better measure of his teammate here at the Algarve. I just had a little bit of a brainwave, Matt. I think we should do another one stats for you to do later on at some point when you're completely bored. A comparison of their teammates. So qualifying and race performances.
Okay. Yes.
What they do in the F1, so possibly. As Nicky goes and puts himself into that 4th place position, as don't know, mate, is still in the pits.
He's just coming out the pits, so I wonder if he's had a few spins as Kelly's gone back into the pits as well, as has Dean Wasocki then, so they've not finished their laps, they have bailed out 10, but here comes Argent. Any improvement on his first time? Argent's, he must have had a moment somewhere, because 2.5 down. Welshie improves by 1.5 seconds, and Welshie and Dean, after last week, starting to climb that table a little bit, Dan. 5th and 6th currently at the moment.
Smithies looks like he's on a decent lap here. 8 seconds currently off the pace. What does he produce this time? He finds 4 seconds and stays in his 10th place position. Stelsloff also crossing the line. He's improving, but not enough to pass Smithy. Ukbar, what's he managed to do? So he goes up into 6th place.
Yeah, good lap.
He's now finding pace. Where is Rabbit Joe going to put himself? He goes fastest with 43.1.
Wow, what a lap time that is. But look at that, he's straight back into the pits. He's going to run out of time. Maze Gamer improves by 7/10 and is 400ths off of the pole. But what a qualifying shootout we've got here. Rabbit Joe, the two men we tip first and second at the minute, but Joe with a stellar lap. Is he going to even come out the pits for another one? Smoky Devil, not quicker in sector 1, but a personal best in sector 2. As Rabbit Joe is on his way out the pit lane then.
Wow.
What a lap from Joe, though. What a lap. When the pressure was on him, Dan. The pressure was on him.
Does that match the record, or is that just slightly slower? You said a 43.1, if I believe.
I did.
As Nicky then comes over the crest.
A 44.1 was the race record. A 44.306 was the lap record for qualifying. And Rabbit Joe and Maze Gamer have both beaten that. Smashed it by 2/10. Can we see it improve? Nicky's gone P5, so good lap from Nicky then up into 5th place, but 2 seconds off the back of his teammate nearly. Here comes Welshie, P6 at the minute. He's got a good tow from Argent just in front. As Don't Know Mate starts his lap. Argent down across the line. Can he improve? P9 at the minute for Argent. Goes P7. Not the strong qualifying as Welshie finds a bit more time again. Who's that in the background? Is that Kelly? Kelly or... Yeah, it is Kelly. Argent's in the pits. Mace Game is in the pits. Oh, here we go. Maze Gamer, Smokey, Nicky, Argent, all in the pit lane. Are they going to improve? Here comes Smithy. Not far off the back of DJ Phil. Dean needs to get a hurry up. He's dropped down to P9 now at the minute.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling. We've got Stealth Sloth and Ukbar just ahead. Ukbar didn't improve. He stays 8th place. Dean Masoki taking out a handful of cones by the looks of things. But towards the line, can he improve on 9th place? No, he can't. Yes, Celeste looks like it's struggling here.
I think someone's just coming down the pit lane, Dan. Sorry to interrupt. Someone's just come down the pit lane there. They've not got enough time to get a lap in, so whoever that is, they're done. Sergeant. Well, he's done. P7. Here comes DJ Phil. No improvement.
The only thing that you could possibly do is cut corners, but we know if you cut corners, especially in qualifying as well, you're still going to get in trouble. So all that hard work, Rabbit Joe's going to get another lap in, so he didn't think he was safe. And I think with 400s, you're going to have to go back out. If Mace is that close to you.
Everybody's came out the pits. I don't think them guys who's come out the pits have got enough time. Smithy and Smokey Devil are done. Nicky lets Joe past, but Nicky's definitely not got enough time. Kelly will get a lap in. Who's the next one to cross the line, I wonder? It's not Welsh. I think it's Don't Know Mate. It's Don't Know Mate. He's going to get his first lap in. He's just ahead of Welshie.
He should get another lap in.
On the track. Yeah, he will. So that's good for him. So it's him then Welshie. And Welshie will get another run at this one as well, Dan, so he can improve even more. He only needs a 10th to get himself above Nicky. As Don't Know Mate puts a time on the board and goes P12. And Smokey Devil! Oh, what's he done? He's came out the pit lane. He's gave himself a grid penalty for speeding in the pits. And Welshie's just jumped Nicky.
Yeah, Welshie's looking good here. He's looking very good. Car seems to be suited to him at this precise minute. And as Jamie was saying in the comments, the Lamborghini's had several wins here, near enough end of 6 wins. So Welshie's on a flyer here, up into 5th place position. Now pushes Nicky down and Argent down. So Nicky and Argent struggling here. Makes Gamer crossing the line. He finds...
No, he's not improved. Dean's next to cross the line. Dean, I think, is the first man to finish. Dean not improved on P9, so he's done.
He is done for this session. Arjun, what can he do? He's currently in 8th place position. Is that DJ Phil first coming towards the line? So DJ Phil, next man to finish a lap time. What can he do? Can
Argent's
he improve?
on an outlap, if you remember. Argent was on an outlap. He never actually put a lap time. He never got out the pits. 8th place. That is terrible from Argent's point of view. Nicky's backed out of this one. Joe's in the pit. So Joe is on provisional pole. Who's the next man to finish?
Don't know, mate. Don't know, mate. Will be the next one to finish, but at this precise minute, Ukbar is currently up on his time and looks like to be out qualifying Welsh at this precise minute. I think the top 4 are pretty much safe.
Yeah,
but,
Welshie's not on a better lap here, Dan, and you're right. Ukbar was green sector 1, as is this man, sector 1 and 2, up on his time. So can he improve on that P12? Can he get up above Smithy and maybe DJ Phil, maybe even Dean? And hey, what if he put himself in front of Argent? That'd be a turn up for the Bix. For the Bucks.
Yeah, definitely. Shame. Doesn't improve. DJ Phil is done. So it's just Kelly and Ukbar left to complete their lap times. Kelly coming towards the line and does not improve, but he will start in 3rd position due to Smokey's penalty. Now Ukbar, last man to come across the line. Janetta looking a little bit stronger. Has he done enough to jump Welshie? 1/10 is what he needed. So towards the line, here he comes in the Janetta. What can Ukbar do? I'll find out in a minute.
What I do is he didn't jump Welshie according to my phone. He lost out by a 10th, and there you go. He did lose out by a 10th, but it's Rabbit Joe with his 3rd pole position of the season. And what a lap from Joe it was. An absolute cracker. Maze Game will find himself in 2nd place. Smokey Devil got himself a 1-place grid penalty, so he'll drop down into 4th place. Kelly will be promoted into 3rd. Welshie, though, 5th place for him. What a job. He's starting to find a bit of form, Dan, isn't he, at the moment?
Yeah, definitely. So definitely starting to find his groove. But obviously these circuits suit him a little bit better. Now we're at the later half of the season. Michael Matthews in the comments saying, hats off to Joe Mays. Those times in the Merc, I can't even get on that to work here. So well done to them. Peaceful stepped out in the comments as well. Come on, Mays. And Smithy once again praising Welshie with that 5th place qualifying position.
Indeed. Ukbar 6th then, Nicky in 7th place. Argent is 8th, 15 in 9th. Argent couldn't get a lap together there, and this is what we're saying about 10-minute qualifying. You need to be out there, and Argent wasn't out there at the right time. DJ Phil 10th, Smithy 11th, Don't Know Mate 12th, and Stealth Sloth bringing up the rear at the moment, Dan. But who's your money on for the race then? It's a front row that we predicted, and 1-0 to me over you because you said Mays, I went with Joe. Who's your money on for the race, mate?
Let's have a quick look at the running of the grid so people can get an idea of who they think. So Rabbit Joe is on pole position, Mays is second, all Mercedes front row as it normally is at Portimao with F1. Kelly in third place with Smoky Devil in fourth. Welshie will start fifth. Ukbar in that sixth place position. Nikki in seventh. Kieran Argent started in 8th place position with Dean Wasaki in 9th, DJ Phil in 10th, Smithy in 11th, Don't Know Mate in 12th, and Stelsoft bringing up the rear. And do you know what? I'm going to have to... I got a feeling about the Renaults tonight. I think either Kelly or Nikki are going to be very, very strong here tonight. As Dean says in the comments, hi everyone. And also, Michael said, never got to work here ever since season 1. But I'm going to go with Kelly, I think, with this one. I think the Renault's going to come into its own later on in the race.
Do you know what? I think you read my mind there, Dan, because I was about to say the exact same thing. I think the Renault will be much kinder on its tyres, and we may see the Merc start to struggle to the end. So I'm going to say Kelly as well. In fact, no, do you know what? Just try and keep this competition up as it's 1-0 to me. I'm going to go Joe. I think Joe. And let's not forget back to Dubai, another track where the tyres was an issue, was a talking point. Joe versus Mays there. We had a cracking fight between them pair at Dubai. Are we in for another one tonight? Kelly, well, he'll be keeping that pressure on Mays Gamer for this title, let's not forget, and promotion chances. So he's going to want to keep doing that. With Argent down in P8, you have to feel that with Kelly third, you know, that's going to gain him some points over Argent in this one. But we'll wait to see. 2 drivers on double points, so we'll tell you who they are in the mid-session break as we await for these drivers to ready up in the session. What do you think Welshie can do from 5th, Dan?
Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, share the stream around, get as many people in here as we possibly can, and let's get going here at the Algarve. Welshie, I think, is a dark horse as well, if he keeps it smooth and consistent. But we are syncing up, and we're getting ready to go.
We are getting ready to go, and the lights are going to come on. It's green now, it's go. Who gets the best of the starts? The Mercedes didn't look like they moved compared to Welshie in the Lamborghini. Mace Gamer already comes behind Joe, doesn't want that inside line. Welshie got a good start over Kelly, and down towards turn 1, a tricky right-hander, as Dan said earlier, and we all look cleanly through, and Welshie then jumping Smoky Devil into P4, and Rabbit Joe very wide, and is that going to invite Mays Gamer up the inside? Indeed it is. Joe the long way around as they look to turn 4. He's lost out to Mays. He could lose out to Kelly, not round the outside here though. I don't think Kelly's going to get out one done. Ukbar and Argent there side by side with Smithy just behind them. Stealth off. What's happened to Dean? He's not got a good start. He's behind DJ Phil. He pulls out now, looking on Phil. Stealth Sloth as well, having a look further forward than Smoky Devil on the back of Welshie, and Argent round the outside of Ukbar. Can he make this one stick? I think Smoky just lost a bit of ground there, and no, Argent has a bit of a wiggle. Oh, and these two make contact again, and it's another race. They did it last week. Argent got penalised, and it's happened again, Dan.
Yeah, I think Argent got a little bit optimistic there, going around the outside of that hairpin. Ukbar obviously damaged as well, so these guys are still soft. So I think it was a little bit optimistic of Argent to go right around the outside there. A bit tricky to do, but Mays now leads this race, and once again, Ukbar and Argent coming together. Mays, that's a little bit of trial and miss there. He needs to keep that under control. That's going to be the first strike on his name. As I say that, Nicky goes even further, but he touches the gravel, so he actually loses time at that stage. But DJ feels a little bit slow, but other than the little incident between Kieran and Ukbar, it seems relatively good and clean at the minute.
Yeah, nice and smooth. Don't know, mate, from P12 on the grid up to 7th place. Just lost out to Nicky for 8th. Smithy is then running in 6th. But Kelly not dropped off the back of Joe yet. And Welshie trying to stick with Kelly as well, as here comes Smithy in 6th place. There's Nicky, Don't Know Mate, and Dean Wasaki all behind each other. And what a trail of cars, what a gaggle of cars we've got here. That's Stealth Sloth who's off again. Argent looks incredibly slow. The pit window is lap 5. And are we going to see these cars in already at the end of lap 1? I don't think so. Welshie on the inside. Oh, and he's on the inside. And them two touched here at turn 1. Kelly goes through. Smoky Devil as well has dropped the car. But Welshie and Don't Know Mate as well. It's all going off at turn 1.
Yeah, everyone, I say how well everyone did lap 1 and then all dropped it on lap 2 into turn 1. I did say that first corner is very tricky and high fuel loads, and
I think Dean's had a moment as well. So Sorry, Dan, I think Dean had a moment in the background. Smithy has as well, because he's dropped down to 9th. That's allowed Argent back up to 10th. Even though he's got damage on that car, he's been gifted a few places here. As is Ukbar and Stokesloff, who made mistakes lap 1. They've been gifted the chance to get onto the back of people. And Dean dropping it early doors. Here goes Argent on the inside of Smithy. Smithy, though, managing to keep a nice straight line. He doesn't let Argent get through there. Argent will have to try again. But Welshie and KLF there, Dan. We saw the fight they had at Oscherslaben. It's round 2, it's gloves off, and they made contact at turn 1.
Yeah, definitely so, and I think it's something to keep an eye on, because these two will be fighting at the minute for the final podium position at the minute, as Maze and Rabbit Joe try and get themselves into a groove and extend. So Welshie versus KLF right now. Who's going to be the top dog out of this? But Nicky's benefited quite well because of that start, keeping himself out of trouble and using the stable Renault to its ability to keep him strong here as Welshie gets really close to the back of that Renault.
This is what I'm interested in, Dan. Let's just jump on board Welshie. The closing speed of that Lamborghini to this Renault down the straight, I'm quite interested in. As they come through the final corner, Welshie probably takes a bit more curve than he'd have liked. Manages to just lift off and get back on the power. Let's see then. So he didn't get the best of runs as we jump on board, but down the start straight they're coming. He'll have that bit of toe from the Renault, but he's not gaining massively, is he?
I think he compromised himself out the final corner. If he hadn't compromised himself, he would have been a lot closer than he is now. But yeah, Kelly obviously nailing that final sector, allowing him not to get past. As you've got Argent here, who's in the toe of the Porsche, but as you can see, Argent running a full kind of downforce setup, and he can't catch the Porsche.
He's going to have damage as well to the front of that car, the front aero of that car, damage after he made contact with Ukbar as well, Dan. So that's going to compromise him as well. Don't know, mate, down in 10th. Dean has had a moment, has he, somewhere? Yes, he has.
Made contact with Don't Know, mate, and Smithy.
Smithy as well.
That's going to allow Ukbar to get past. Ukbar's had a moment there.
Yeah, he's got damage as well, let's not forget. The front of that Ginetta looks awful, as I've just banged my keyboard, but yeah, that Ginetta looking awful. Being gifted places with people dropping the car at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. So as you see here, Welshie's still trying to get onto the back of Kelly right now. This is probably your closest fight. And we've got these three at the minute, the Mercedes boys of DJ Phil, Smokey Devil and Argent. Smokey's dropped it somewhere because he's now lost out to his teammate at this precise minute. So can Smokey then get himself back in front of his teammate and try and catch the leaders a little bit? But looks like Welshie's at a moment. He's dropped it.
Poor old Welshie, what has happened there? He's lost a lot of momentum, he's lost a lot of time, he's lost 4 seconds, and now he's got the other Team Prolapse Renault on the back of him. He manages to stay in front, and I think he should have the job done. No, I thought Kelly had a spin. It sounded like a car was off. Back on board with Argent then. He's right up the rear end of Smokey Devil and patient through the left-hander. Smokey just drifts a little wide, and Argent, very, very close to tap in the rear of the DJ Motorsport Gulf liveried Mercedes-Benz. Argent struggling, though, on the straight line, as you saw last lap, Dan. Watch these Mercedes down this straight just pull away from Argent with that front aero damage.
Yeah, it'll be a sitting duck compared to these guys. Obviously, the Mercedes benefits down this straight, and that's where its advantage is, and Argent's lost all of that due to the fact that he's had a little incident with Ukbar. He's still sticking with him, but it's not the pace that he probably would have wanted, but he's also, I believe, running a bit high downforce than most Mercedes. I reckon the majority of them would be dropping the downforce as DJ Phil goes a bit wide.
Yeah, taking them track limits here at turn 1, and yeah, you're right, I think he said in the week, didn't he, that he was running a bit higher downforce to what he'd normally run then. Nicky trying to get on the back of that Lamborghini of Welshie, and Welshie once was the attacker, he's now the defender here. Is Smithy having a bit of a wiggle there, and Ukbar up the inside for P10. Dean's dropped it again somewhere, he's down to P12 again, so that consistent Dean we saw of last week, he's not consistent at the minute.
No, definitely not. He's losing out here to these guys, and that SLS probably doesn't suit this circuit either. So he's got to work hard. He's got to figure out and learn what's wrong with the car and how can he adjust it and change it. And somehow Argent has managed to get past both DJ Motorsport cars. I'm not sure how he managed to do that, but he's in front of these guys now. But he will lose out on the straight due to his damage.
He will indeed, but how close can these two be come the final corner, come the start of that straight? They've got Don't Know Mate gaining on the back of them two, as well as Nicky, still putting the pressure on Welshie. You imagine that the minute you get out of sector 1, the Renault has the upper hand, doesn't it, in that middle sector? Flowing fast corners, also a few sharper ones.
Yeah, definitely so, but this is where Welshie will benefit. He will have the straight line speed that the Lamborghini has, a lot more grunt than the Renault. So can Nicky get close enough to do anything about it? As we watch them go down the straight now, Welshie looking a little bit glitchy by the looks of things, but even in the toe, Nicky can't get near the Lambo. Look at it pull away. This gap is extending very slowly, but it's getting away from him.
It is indeed, but the Lamborghini stretching its legs down the start straight. You imagine that first and final sector is where the Lamborghini will outdo the Renault. Can, though, well, she get back on the rear of KLF. Joe started to bring the gap down to Maze Gamer out front, but don't know, mate, here. Starting to bring the gap down to Smoky Devil. Ukbar in the background, up into P10. He'll be happy with that. Dean's behind him as well. Stealth Sloth not having a lot tonight. He's down in 13th place at the minute, but don't know, mate. Just starting. Oh, as he has a wiggle onto the curb on the outside of turn 1. Just starting, though, to maybe put some pressure on these guys.
Yeah, ever so slightly, but I think... I don't know, mate. Obviously, it seems to be a little bit more stable than the cars in front of him. And I thought he had a spin, but you can hear the Lamborghini. But I think it's just a little bit more stable than the two Mercedes in front of him. So he might be catching him, as Rabbit Joe is now broken that 1 second barrier to Maze Gamer. And he's catching him. Maze, I've always watched Maze here at Portimao, and he's always very twitchy in that corner. He's very sideways.
The question is, Dan, has Mace picked the soft tyre? And as that soft tyre, it's scorching here at Portimao, even though it's a nice autumn's day. Joe, huge wiggle, manages to keep hold of it. But is Maze running that soft tyre? Has Joe got the hards on? Has Joe got the momentum? Look how wide Maze is. That's going to kill his front left if he's on the softs. Is this Joe's opportunity to strike? We'll see the lap times as they come across. Kelly as well was 2/10 quicker than Maze on the last lap. So if Maze's soft tyres have gone, 46.2. Joe a second faster. I think Maze's tyres could be done here, Dan, if he's on the soft ones. Pit stop, change of tyres maybe. Pit window's open.
Yeah, it is. The pit window is open. Lap 5 was when the guys could pit. And we see here Nicky getting a little bit closer to Welshie. Not quite close enough, but if he has gone soft, maybe the Mercedes is burning his tyres up. I know Peaceful said in the pro group that he was able to get the softs to work, but he had to be gentle on them. He had to be kind to them. And so
I think he said that his pace, wasn't it, was running the sort of 47s kind of pace of the Pro-Am guys. So that's how gentle Peaceful had to be.
DJ Phil in on this lap, and also I believe Ukbar's straight in as well. So these guys taking advantage of that.
Surprise.
What has surprised me that hasn't come in.
I was just about to say the same thing, and he's lost it, not put it in a wall, but I'm surprised he's not came in to fix that damage that he's clearly struggling with. Don't know, mate, has got past Smoky Devil, and he's now into 7th place as he's got ahead of Ukbar, as he's got ahead of DJ Phil. Maze Gamer again, just running them limits a little bit.
Yeah, he's pushing the limits a little bit, but I think he will be struggling with those tyres.
Yeah.
It's got to be the only explanation.
Oh, look, he's deep.
Joe...
He was deep, Dan.
Yeah, that's going to give Joe a sniff an opportunity. He goes on the outside. Maze will defend the inside, but Maze is really all over the shot. He's struggling by the looks of things with traction. And Joe just...
Oh, he's lost it! He's lost it! Maze lost it coming through the penultimate corner and into the side of Joe. Has Joe got away with it? But the thing is, what damage has that done to Maze? The tyres going off. Maze with potential damage. Surely we expect him in. Surely, though, Kelly could sniff at a second place he's in.
Yep, Kelly coming through the final sector. He's been matching Joe pretty much every lap. And Kelly's coming straight in as well. So he might jump Maze. If Maze got damage and Kelly doesn't, he can jump him in the pits, as Welshie and Nicky are very close once again.
And if Maze changes tyres, Dan, as well, let's not forget that one. If his tyres have gone and he changes them, that could be a double whammy for Maze Gamer. One thing we haven't spoken about is how tricky this pit entry is.
Yeah, it's very tricky, very easy to get a penalty here. Maze has gone, but Kelly's gone as well.
Yeah, Kelly's gained a lot of time there.
He's gained, the gap was 11 seconds between him and Kelly, so Maze is lost a bit of time to Kelly here, and with that consistency, Argent's now in. With that consistency Kelly's been having, he's been able to try and gain on him. So we'll see how they come out, and also got to be careful of the pit exit as well. They come straight into turn 1. And Kelly goes a little bit wide, obviously the nature of the corner. But don't know, mate, as well, coming just behind him as well. Argent finally in to repair his car. Ukbar in the final sector. And Argent's managed to get away with that quite lightly.
Yeah, he has. He has indeed, hasn't he? Don't know, mate. 6th place. Not a bad start to his race. Had a few spins early on, but it seems like he's just growing into a rhythm here.
Yeah, he's just getting into a flow, getting into a comfortable position. We know that Audi has not been the most good. Oh, Welshie!
Oh, he's had a moment, and that's allowed Nicky. He's saved it. That's twice he's done it there, and he saved it, Dan, you're right. But Nicky grabs the hot rate lead of this race, and Argent out the pits.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, sorry, he hasn't grabbed the lead of the race. He's grabbed 2nd place, apologies, as Joe still leads this one. But Welshie.
Welshie should be a lot stronger through the final part of this set.
Oh, Nicky's had a moment!
Now dropped it. Has he gone round?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, he's had a huge spin there. That was a lot bigger. Mays didn't have that big a moment as he was saved by Rabbit Joe. But Nicky's had a huge moment. Mays didn't change tyres, Dan. He's gone deep at that corner again, just when you briefly went on him there. I think Mays is still on them soft tyres. He's still struggling.
Yeah, I think that's going to bite him. If he'd gone hard, it might have lasted a little bit longer and maybe had a bit more pace. Because when the hards do get up to temperature, they actually are quicker than the softs. Don't ask me, guys.
Oh, wow, look how wide he is.
Yeah, don't ask me how or why, but for some reason, the harder, slower, more durable tyre seems to be faster on this game. That's Project Cars logic for you. But Maze Gamer really must be struggling on those softs. He crossed the line of 54.4.
Outlap, don't forget, yeah.
Yeah, Nick Kelly doing a 56.4, so it's about right. Don't know, mate, is now into the pits. Stealth Sloth is now starting to get a bit of pressure from Ukbar, who's trying to recover from the incident he had with Arjun.
Yeah, Stealth Sloth not pitted yet as well. Neither has Dean Wasaki down in P10, so not the night for them too, as their cars behind him have all pitted. But Don't Know Mate into the pits. That's allowed Smokey Devil and Smithy up to 6th and 7th. Will Argent get past him? Yes, he will. There goes Argent then up into that place as Don't Know Mate is away. Dean also gets past Don't Know Mate, so but Dean's still to pit then. So Don't Know Mate can still make up a few places over Smithy, Smokey Devil and a few others when he comes to pit. That is Rabbit Joe, I believe, in the background. Or was it Ukbar? It might have been Ukbar actually in the background, as he is Welsh then. All on his own in P2. Rabbit Joe not coming into the pits this time around. Welshie currently running in a good podium place, but yet to pit with Maze Gamer and Kelly still out on track. One thing we haven't checked is how much we lose for a pit stop here.
Well, definitely so. We'll try and figure that out in a minute. But Welshie currently out on track, trying to put in some decent lap times, and he comes into the pit. So this should be interesting to how much time he loses. So Welshie is in.
Yeah, so Welshie comes into the pits now, gets it stopped. I thought he'd sped then because he slowed down the minute he hit the limiter. Gets it stopped, gets it into the pits. So he's about 19 seconds behind Rabbit Joe. We'll see what it is when he comes out. Nicky then goes through to take P2 of this race. Maze Gamer's coming down the final corner. He's actually looks like he's gapped KLF a little bit, does Maze, but maybe still struggling on them tyres, maybe being patient. Argent to Dean Wasaki then. Did Argent repair his damage? Because although he's pitted, he's not lapping, 56 last time around. Dean at 202, but Dean's making mistakes now. Oh, there's another mistake from Dean off the corner exit. Well, she's lost out to Kelly, but he's out the pit. So what's that? We'll wait for the timing screen to just go back to normal.
He's lost quite a bit to Kelly there, so obviously with his little spin and also racing with Nicky, he's lost quite a bit of time to Kelly and 30 seconds by the looks of things. And Smokey Devil!
Yeah, what a shame. What a shame for Smokey Devil.
10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane for Smokey Devil. I believe it's just 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But what a shame for him. Yep, 10 seconds for Smokey Devil.
He got the grid penalty down in qualifying, didn't he? He's now got that 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. His pit box looks a long way down. There goes Don't Know Mate. So that's dropped him down to P10. Stovsloff not yet pitted. I thought he was going to think about coming in then. Where's Ukbar? Because he was on the back of Stovsloff a minute ago. He's not now. He's lost a bit of time somewhere then as Rabbit Joe leads from Nicky, from Maze, from KLF. So you lose about 30 seconds for a pit stop. You lose about 30 seconds for a pit stop, and Joe come in just over 31 seconds. So this is going to be interesting to see where Joe comes out in terms of Maze Gamer. How good's the stop? Very good. Like lightning. Very good stop. Where's Maze?
Isn't even near. Maze not even close. So Rabbit Joe with a great buffer here by the looks of things, and is able to jump Maze relatively easy. Maze not even to the final corner, and Rabbit Joe is pretty much at the end of the pit lane.
Yeah, Rabbit Joe stayed in front of Nicky, and that was only 24 seconds to Nicky.
Yeah.
He's came out in front of Nicky. That stop was that good. Maze Gamer only just coming towards the start line now. What a stop from Rabbit Joe. The Forever Forward boys really on it tonight.
Yeah, they're really on it tonight. And Smokey Devil with that penalty, also dropping him down all the way to 11th place at the minute, really struggling. But Nicky is onto the back of Rabbit Joe, so if Rabbit Joe makes a mistake, he could get in contact with Nicky, and then Nicky could hold him up. There's all sorts of things that can still happen. With only 7 laps left of this race, they got to start being a little bit more consistent. The tyres, for anyone who's running soft, will be screaming, they will be shouting, they will not be happy at this point. The guys who are running hards will be in a comfortable position and will be maintaining.
Oh, it's Stovsloff. It's Stealth Sloth who lost the car. I thought it was Welchie for a minute there. Stealth Sloth loses it. Smoky Devil gets through, and there goes Ukbar into P11 for him. One thing I was looking at there is Argent's pace, 47.6. Is that Smoky Devil who's now dropped it? Wow, drivers are struggling.
Him and his teammate DJ Phil right at the back of the pack, really struggling at this point as Smithy is now into the pits, gets his pit stop done and out of the way, and Dean's in the gravel.
Oh, he's dropped it again. Dean is not having the night he had last week, still yet to pit, as is Stealth Sloth. Smithy in though, and that's allowed Smoky Devil through, and maybe Stealth Sloth. Stealth Sloth dropped it down to P13 now, so what has happened? Stealth Sloth.
He was very slow down that straight. He was very, very slow. I'm not sure what quite happened there, but really struggling down that back straight for a minute.
Yeah, he is indeed, isn't he? That's put Smithy down into 13th place, and a few people left to pit. Don't Know Mate's now back up into 7th place as he's got past Dean after Dean's had that little spin, and that puts Don't Know Mate 7th place, and not looking too bad for some good points. Like 13 drivers started tonight, so the top 6 cannot qualify for race 2 as we're on lap 11 of 17. Guys, get your predictions in on who you think's going to win this race. 4 seconds the gap, Joe to Maze Gamer at the minute. And Maze Gamer, 33.7. You get the feeling that maybe his pit stop cooled his tyres down a little bit because he's just starting now to look like he's getting into a groove. Joe gapping Nicky as well. Kelly, nowhere to be seen in this battle. Has he made a mistake somewhere because he wasn't? He's 8 seconds off the back of Maze Gamer at the minute.
46.1. I just genuinely think that is the pace of the Renault. I think Nicky is not. He's been smooth and consistent, but I think that's just the general pace of this car. I don't think they've got much more to answer for. We were saying that the Renaults could be a dark horse, while the Mercedes are driving smooth and consistent.
Yeah,
I don't think they had no answer really, especially with Joe keeping it nice and smooth in front. We just had to clear a little bit of traffic of Smithy, but that's about a bigger drama that he's had so far. But it's just they don't have an answer by the next thing, especially if Mate's doing lap times like that.
I don't know though, are his tyres starting to go back off again because he just looks like at times that he's just struggling in the corners. Dean and Ukbar coming round. Dean's coming to the pits. Oh, that looked a bit quick, but he's got it slowed down. He's got his wipers on. But Dean then into the pits. And I believe, no, Stealth Sloth still says he's got a pit on my notebook. So has Nicky. So Dean into the pits on lap 10. That'll drop him behind DJ Phil and Stealth Sloth and Smithy, because there's Smithy. So Dean is going to be in last place.
Yeah, Dean really struggling here tonight as Nicky has bailed for the pits. Nicky's in, so it should get him just behind Welshie. If he has a good pit stop, he should jump Welshie. As we said, Rabbit Joe managed to jump Nicky in the pit stops, and that was only 29 seconds. So it's going to be tight between him and Welshie, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? There's Kelly. He's going to take P3 as Dean now comes out the pit lane. So that may just hold Nicky up.
Gone.
Oh, it's not going to hold Nicky up because Nicky's already gone. Welshie coming around the final corner.
This is going to be tight, Matt. This
is going to be very tight because Welshie's going to be up to 100 odd miles per hour as it is already. But it's a short run to turn 1 in Nicky's favour. He's off the limiter now, and away he can go. Dean will be in between them. There's Nicky. Where's Dean? Dean not in between them, but there's Nicky. The overcut has worked.
But Welshie is going to have the momentum. He's not. But he's not.
Oh dear! Right on the limit there, Dan.
Yeah, Welshie saw the Prolapse car coming out the pits, and he knew he had to nail turn 1, which he didn't. Overcooked it and has lost out to both Prolapse boys, who are now sitting 3rd and 4th place, who currently will be probably outscoring.
Oh, Dean's dropped it again.
Forward at the minute.
Sorry, Dan. Dean dropped it again in the background, but. 3rd and 4th. I'll tell you what, carry on and I'll work the points out.
Well, with Rabbit Joe leading this race and Arjun currently in 6th place, that's going to be it's going to be close, but I believe Prolapse will be outscoring the Renault. Being more consistent and better on its tyres by the looks of things is helping them out. Just stayed within the decent amount of points. Maze a 44.3 all over the curb there. I believe that was a little bit of track limits from Maze there. He's going to have to be careful, but he's coming back to Joe.
He is.
So Joe obviously got a little bit of traffic that he needs to clear now of Stealth Sloth and DJ Phil. So how well is he going to clear these? And again, guys, the rule for the back markers, they do not have to get out of the way. They can hold their line as such. They're not really race the cars they're racing against, but they don't have to move out of the way as such and get off the racing line. So Maze currently in the 44s and is hunting down a Rabbit Joe as Stealth Sloth does get right out of the way of a Rabbit
Oh,
Joe.
he hasn't
does
Maze.
it for Maze.
Oh, that was close. Do you want to know the points? Rabbit Joe and Argent will score 35 points as a team because Joe 25 for the win. 6th place gets you 10 points. And for the Team Prolapse boys, as Maze Gamer very deep at the hairpin there, they will only score 28 points, so they'll actually lose out by a few points to Forever Forward as it stands at the moment.
Yeah, so at the minute, I don't think Kelly nor Nikki will score any higher than what they're in now. Arjun can probably try and hunt down Welshie unless Welshie has a mistake, but at this precise minute, Forever Forward will be outscoring Prolapse. Maze, obviously on his own, will be struggling to outscore the pair of them. I think no, he won't outscore
Joe's been held right up. Who's that? That's DJ Phil, who has held Joe up. Something rotten. And now Maze Gamer's on the back of Rabbit Joe. And look at this, Maze Gamer's having a look at Joe and a DJ Phil, and there's a change for the lead. And how the back markers played such a hand in Rabbit Joe's demise of this race lead. DJ Phil getting in the way of the race leaders, and it's a switcheroo for Maze Gamer and Rabbit Joe. And is that the race win gone down?
Possibly so. Joe needs to just clear his head and get his head back down, but Maze retakes the lead. We know Maze has a mistake in him, so Joe just needs to believe that it's going to happen. But DJ Phil has really affected Joe there and has lost him the lead. I think Joe is being a bit cautious. He's got to like a 47-4, so that is how much Joe has been held up behind DJ Phil.
Yeah, a lot of time lost there. Stelzloff into the pits, and he's just got himself a 10-second penalty then. Now Smokey Devil returning the favour maybe to Maze Gamer on Rabbit Joe. No, as he's got out of the way and lets them two leaders through. But DJ Phil there then has really cost these two. And Joe, he's made a huge mistake, and into the wall goes Rabbit Joe. He's got it back going. Kelly though is nowhere near these two, but Joe has made the mistake. Is that warmed his tyres up? Has it done too much to the tyres? He's got to get past Phil again. Also, any damage to that car Kelly could do. We keep pushing here because Joe has now made that mistake, and Maze Gamer easy into the lead.
You can see it's wanting to turn one direction, and Joe fighting with the car now. If we go on board, I'm pretty sure he'll be struggling. He's right onto the back of DJ Phil. DJ Phil moving out the way this time makes it a little bit easier for Joe, but I think Joe might be fighting with that car a little bit. Seems to be a little bit twitchy on the front, but Rabbit Joe looked like he was looking good for this race win, and it all gone wrong.
The great pit stop for Rabbit Joe, the great pit stop for Forever Forward Racing has just gone down the drain, as now Rabbit Joe second place by 8 seconds to Maze Gamer and has been in the wall. Can Kelly smell blood? Maze is very, very wide again, but can Kelly smell blood? Can he get Joe? 7 seconds is that gap, and with Joe struggling, Kelly might sniff an opportunity at a second place. And you know Kelly, he is the man who is consistent as ever and will just pick up a place when drivers start to make mistakes. But
What's
Joe now...
Joe, I thought he was going to pit there.
Yeah,
but,
I did.
Joe, I think the aero is going to affect the Mercedes as well. I don't know what it is, but as soon as the Mercedes gets damaged, it's just
it's horrible.
At that point.
Yeah, it's horrible, Dan. I can tell you from experience. The bit of front aero damage. Oh, a big twitch into turn one. He manages to save it. But you're right, Dan. The minute the front end gets damaged, that Mercedes-Benz is awful in a straight line. And Kelly's already closed the gap to Joe. The gap's down to 6 seconds.
And if the way Joe's going at the minute, if he keeps making mistakes like this and keeps making big twitches, Nikki could possibly be in the limelight as well. So Joe really has to just bring this home, tiptoe home, and just hope and pray that Kelly can't grab him just at the end. You can see him struggling in the
that's Smokey Devil there who's had a spin.
Smokey having another spin.
I tell you what, though, Dan. Go on, sorry.
I'm just going to mention, Don't Know Mate is having a fantastic drive in the minute in 7th place in the Audi. Really good drive from him. And he's looking very good to try and take these points. As Smithy is now on to back to Stealth Sloth for these final few places. He should get it easy due to the fact that Stealth Sloth has got a 10-second penalty.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. We Don't Know Mate, we said that the Audi's not really the best car in the winter conditions, and Don't Know Mate proving that he can do the job at the moment. Not lapping massively quick, but being consistent is all he needs to do. As Smithy really gains onto the back of Stealth there, can he get the overtake done? He's having a look, and I tell you what, we're seeing a more aggressive Smithy recently. Gary said in the chat, didn't he, a few weeks ago, Smithy, don't let them pass, fight for that place, when he was up the order. And since then, Smithy has really become a bit of an aggressor as he goes a bit too deep into the corner there. Now, has Joe had another moment here, Dan? Because he's all of a sudden 12 seconds off the back of Maze Gamer.
I think May's game is just pumping in those lap times. He doesn't necessarily need to do them. What was the lap record for the race?
44.1, so that's been smashed.
Well, there you go. The 44.0 by Mays there. So May's game are
Joe,
really
look at that lap time. 48, that's not quick, is it?
Unless Kelly's had an incident, he's not been very quick either. He does a 48.5, so Kelly's made a mistake somewhere. So Joe at the minute is just doing enough to survive for second place. He has a little twitch there, but he's just doing enough at this precise moment.
He is just doing enough at this precise moment. It's Dean down in last with Smithy trying to hunt down Stowsloff. DJ Phil, will he get past his teammate for that 9th place? Ukbar gaining on the back of Don't Know Mate for 7th. That gap's a couple of seconds then. There he is. And there's Don't Know Mate. We're coming on to the penultimate lap of the race, is May's game. And these will obviously finish a lap down. But can Don't Know Mate keep ahead of Ukbar in that one? Can Rabbit Joe, who's 7 seconds up the road from KLF, keep it on the track? May's gamer, who has looked good at times, but very twitchy at others, if you'll agree with that one, Dan.
My question is, has he done a heat cycle? Oh, he's had a spin!
He's had a big, yeah, it's not a big one. There's Joe in the background, you see, but it's enough to keep that on track. Heat cycle, go back to that one.
Well, do you remember in Barcelona, Catalonia, we tested multiple times and then we had the race, we figured out that the tyres especially went through a heat cycle. So we did it with the hards. They got really, really hot due to the fact that it was summer season. But they came back if you looked after them. Obviously, Mays hasn't looked after his softs, so maybe he's gone through a heat cycle with the softs. Maybe he's hit them hard, they've got into a bad stage, and now they've come back to him a little bit.
Possibly. We'll have to see if that's the case. And is Ukbar really starting to put the pressure on Don't Know Mate here, and they will get onto the final lap of this race. They will have to do one more. So can the Flying Dutchman get onto the back of Don't Know Mate of Ironborough Racing and gain that extra place? This isn't for the last qualifying spot. Argent occupies that one then. So Argent will be in the front seat now. The gap, 5 seconds to Joe and Kelly on this final lap, as Ukbar then has made a mistake. That has put to bed that one. Joe to Kelly. 5 seconds. Joe needs to make a mistake for Kelly to catch him.
Yeah, it's coming down, just not enough. Joe knows that the Mercedes will have the superior grunt down the main straight, so he just needs to survive the middle sector, and once he's done that, he's got a definite second place.
Now, I'm not sure what's happened to Smithy and Stolzoff, but Dean has now caught them and passed Smithy, and he's on the back of Stolzoff here. Smithy then 7 seconds behind Dean, but that'll keep Smithy within that 10 seconds of Stealth Sloth. Dean then looking to just gain an extra place. He'll gain it because of that time penalty he's got, but looking to gain it on the track. Dean, who had a great round at Oscherslaben, has had a terrible round here, but Mays very, very cautiously getting around this final part of the track. Looks like he's going to take the first win of the night, Dan.
Yeah, definitely going to take the first win, and he looks good for race 2 as well. Looks confident in that car, a little bit twitchy here and there, but nonetheless, Mays exits the final corner to take another race win for the Mercedes.
It is another race win for the Mercedes in a flash of the lights early doors. Mays game then is going to take this race win, and it's another win to put him back in the championship hunt. He's done the job. Rabbit Joe, though, a bit further back. What could have been for him? He took pole position, but it looks like he's going to come home for second place. He's round that final bend, and if he'd have dropped it there, well, then Kelly could have been in with a shout, but it's going to be a second place for Joe. A slow flash of the lights, Smoky Devil behind, he's going to finish down the order. Kelly as well, he's going to come across for a P3, and he'll be chuffed to bits with that third place.
Yeah, definitely so. And with his teammate Nicky coming home in 4th place, once again Team Prolap scoring points when they need to. Nicky coming home for 4th place, just in front of him I believe is Smoky Devil. Nope, it's DJ Phil. So Nicky comes home for that 4th place position. Welshie with another solid drive in the 5th place position. Nice to see Welshie up the top again. Argent will come home for 6th place as well. Guys who have finished is Smoky Devil has finished the race. Ukbar is going to be the last car to cross the line. But DJ Phil coming home in 10th. Stealth Sloth will be still racing with Dean at the minute as they come through the final few sectors. But it will be Argent to cross the line in that 6th place position.
Yeah, not the race for him, Dan.
No, definitely not, and not want to see his rivals outscore him at the minute. Stealth Sloth and Dean still fighting away, but Stealth Sloth will come home in 11th. Dean will actually take that 11th because Stealth Sloth.
I think Smithy will get 12th as well here. Oh, and look at this. To the line. Don't know, mate. And Ukbar then as the cameraman doesn't put them up. And don't know, mate. Just going to hang on for that 7th place to give Ukbar a P8. So a good start to Don't Know, mate tonight. But Dan, a race one that gave us a few ups and downs, and May's Gamer smashing that lap record with a 1:35.5. So he will claim the fastest lap of the race as well. But Dan, what a start to the evening. And what has Joe got to do to get back on that money of May's?
Be consistent. He's just got to keep it in his head. He knows he can do it. He knows he's got the pace. He just needs to keep it smooth and consistent. But Mays takes the first strike here tonight, and a solid podium for Kelly as well. So good night for them already. But make sure you guys tune in a minute, like that button, and subscribe as well if you haven't done so. And make sure you tune in a second. Grab a drink, grab a coffee, grab some food. And make sure you're back in 5 minutes time for race 2. But for a minute, we're just going on a break.
Well, that was very interesting.
We are muted, aren't we?
Yeah.
Interesting in what way?
If them soft tyres do have a heat cycle, that's interesting for tomorrow night for those who are watching. So
yeah.
Peaceful's night might not be as bad as it thinks, trying to save the soft tyres. Phil, I reckon Joe's going to put something in.
Yeah. I think Arjun and Ukbar is going to go on for the rest of the season.
Yeah. I think you're right there.
That was, in my opinion, that's Arjun's fault.
It was never going to work around the outside there.
No.
He was trying
he
to
moans about it.
He was trying to argue last night before you had all that bit that the one with him and Ukbar at Osherslaven,
it was his fault.
It wasn't his fault because Ukbar wasn't on the power, and it's like, yeah, but at the end of the day, Kieran, he's got the right of way through the corner. If you're not up the inside or around the outside,
he's got a trap position.
He's got, you know what I mean? So it's one of them.
Yeah.
Team Coleridge can't win the championship, but every driver can. Smithy will be out of that running when the points get added. Kieran's on double points tonight, as is Stealth Sloth. So, yeah, I'm going to pop for a wee. Can you get them top 3 and fill
I'm already on it.
Yeah, no, it's just going to toilet.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, where's my crutch? It's there. Oh. There. Can you make me a coffee?
Hello.
Hello.
All right.
Evening all.
Evening.
Hi. Matt's
Hi.
be back in a minute. He's
Well
fallen
done.
over.
I'm going to nip to the loo a minute. I'll be back.
Yeah, Matt's gone to the loo. Unlucky Joe.
What happened, man?
So after DJ Phil, I didn't know what the hell DJ Phil was doing.
Yeah, I think it wasn't like a big. It wasn't because of DJ Phil.
No, it wasn't DJ Phil's fault. But
you just tried to overtake from the wrong place, I think.
Yeah, it was wrong place one time. And then I was just trying to push the car to catch up to you and made that mistake and went into the wall.
Ooh.
But I knew that if I kept it on track and patient, I'd hopefully stay in front of Kelly, which I did, thankfully. So I wasn't pushing, and that's why I was kind of losing loads of time.
I think you had more pace than me, to be honest.
Was you running hard or soft?
Hard. I didn't try with the soft, so I didn't practice at all, so I just jumped and I think I took setup from Indianapolis, I think, or Spa. I don't know. Remember. But the track is very weird.
Yeah.
It's very slippery.
Yeah. That's okay.
I was just wondering, because you were running wide a bit, like you were struggling with tyre grip.
Yeah, I was struggling with the tire temperature. It was overheating in the... like, I just understood that there's a kind of a tire phase. Like, there's the first 2 laps, it's great. Then there's 4 or 5 laps with extreme overheat. So you should slow down. Then the tire it's completely fine.
Yeah.
For me.
So you went for a heat cycle?
Hello?
Exactly, yeah. A heat cycle, yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, this it's like a pattern. Like it's all the time 2 laps of max grip, then 5 laps of super overheating tires.
What were you running, hards or soft, mate?
Hard.
Hards, yeah.
What are you running?
I think it's impossible.
The Renault doesn't do hards at all. Me and Nicky have tried it, and we're 3 seconds a lap slower on the hard, so we have to go soft. But it's 2 laps and they're like jelly.
That's enough.
I always found the tyres overheated at all with hard tires. After pits, I was struggling with the rear wheel speed switches.
I need a wee. I'll be right back.
There's a lot of echo in here, isn't there?
Mazes mic.
Sorry.
Well, have you got 2 of them or something?
I was making a coffee in my
Well, that was our going, that was.
Yeah, you did well to get P3. Honestly, after yesterday when I saw you in practice, I was like, I don't know if that Renault's going to do anything around here with how much slower you were than me.
Yeah, well, if you notice, I got within 2/10 of you in the qualifying or the practice bit. I got within 2/10, and I found an awful lot in setup doing that. But as I said, it's you do 2 laps on the softs, and then they're like jelly. So you have to drive within the realms of the tyres, of course. So I had to kind of, my 1 lap pace is good. My race pace, well, just had to drive within the limits, and that's where I was. I mean, I was 15 seconds behind Maze at the end, but 15 seconds in front of Nicky. So, do you know what I mean?
Lower full fuel that you were running.
To get my lap time?
Yeah, that 1 lap time.
Low fuel. Yeah, mate. Yeah, radiator shut, low fuel.
Where's Nicky?
It was like on a martini of fuel, it was dry. Yeah, absolutely wringing its neck as well, And I mean, my fastest, I think I've done a 43.1, but I mean, I couldn't pull it off in qualifying tonight, But but that's all the Renault had.
Hello.
That was my fastest lap time tonight. Hi, Ace.
Yeah.
I hadn't done any quali practice as such before tonight, and then was like, I think I should get a quali setup done during practice. So just chuck low fuel in, increase front downforce and decrease rear, and it turned out to be quite nice.
Yeah.
1 lap fuel, 2 laps including out lap, and soft tyres. I didn't know what it would do. When I did my final lap, I was like 2/10 up. But just went too wide, coming out the second to last corner. So I had to kind of abort. Be a fair lap.
Yeah, I mean, I've only found a race pace setup tonight. Do you know what I mean? I've been struggling with it all week, but single lap pace for the Renault. I mean, I think I was the only man in the 43s, other than you two guys, in free practice.
I was surprised with the quali lap of the Renault. It was super fast.
Superior driver, Maze. That's what it is.
Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, it's wringing its neck. I mean, and in that mode, on fresh tyres, it is absolutely planted. You know, it is on rails. But, you know, as I say, it's how the tyres wear, isn't it? We're all feeling it. And, as I said, the Renault doesn't do hards at all. It's like driving on wet, you know? Yeah.
Like, in conclusion, it's just about big balls. That's all.
Big balls.
It's just big balls.
No, well, I like your style, but no, I think it's about just consistency. Do you know what I mean? Getting into a rhythm, you know, and yeah, just, you know, I mean, I saw you having problems, Joe, at the end of the race, and you know,
I had suspension damage and aero damage, so I was just trying to keep it on track. And whenever I felt it was going to spin, I was like, let's hit the brakes and not let it spin and keep it rolling. I might lose a couple of seconds, but I managed to not lose too much to let you past.
Yeah, I mean, I
guys
didn't get closer than hear you. Who?
All right,
Whoever's saying it, I can hear you.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, I mean, I came within 5 seconds of you, but that was really you going backwards, not me coming forwards, you know.
Yeah.
And I knew. Do you know what I mean? I settled in pretty much after about lap 4. I settled into third place and just let's just stick in this groove and stay there, you know, because I wasn't going to catch you two.
I was thinking I'd accept second place. Let's just keep it going.
You can't hear you, Matt.
When the screen loads,
Quiet, guys.
Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with the round 16, the second round of the evening here at Algarve. We've got our podium, top 3 in the chat. I'm just going to quickly go through the Drivers and Constructors Championships. Mace Gamer extends his lead to 33 points over Kelly, who stays in second place, 1 point ahead of Argent, and Argent on the double points tonight, and it wasn't in the way he wanted to start his evening. Rabbit Joe then sits in P4. He's gained a few points over the pair of them two as well. Nicky down in 5th place. He's still to take double points and only has Zolder or Sakito left to do it. Welshie then in P6, head of Smoky Devil. He as well needs to take his double points. Don't Know Mate gets over the 100-point mark and extends his gap over DJ Phil, who gains few more points over Stealth Sloth, who's on his double points tonight, is Stealth Sloth. Alfie then stays in P11 as Dean struggled tonight and only gained a handful of points. Ukbar in 13th place pulls ahead of Smithy. And in the Constructors title, Forever Forward now 20 points ahead of Team Prolapse. But tonight marks the night that Forever Forward's double points from both drivers have been taken, with Team Prolapse having half their team to take double points. Team Pro Lassie still sitting 3rd place, and what a job Mace Gamer is doing on his own. DJ Motorsport then 28 points behind them, with MC Motorsport only 11 off the back of DJ Motorsport themselves. AA3D Printing are just ahead of Iron Brew Racing, with the Flying Dutchman still in contention, but mathematically will be out of it at the end of this race. Team Cool Runnings of Smithy is out of the Constructors running, and we'll start with 3rd place. We'll start with Kelly, and Kelly, as best a result as you could get, I suppose.
It was. I'd like to thank you and Dan for jinxing that win for me by both backing me at the beginning there. Thanks for that. I didn't think I was ever going to win this one, to be fair. I've had some practice this week with Joe, and those couple of Mercs out front had superior pace this evening for sure.
What was that the best you could get out of the Renault? Was that the utmost pace it had tonight?
It was the single lap pace is very good because as you saw in quali and in practice, my single lap pace is excellent, and with the car hooked up and fresh tyres, it's on rails and it's fantastic. But 3 laps in and the tyres turned to jelly, and I drove within my limits. By lap 4, the Mercs were gone. They were away in the distance out towards the Milky Way. They were so far in front, and I just settled into 3rd place really, and just tried to keep hold of that. The pace I was doing was my consistent pace. I didn't drop it, I didn't spin, but, managed to get a good result.
You had a good fight with Welshie early on, but that one came to an end. What tyre was you running?
Softs.
Here we go then. Are the soft tyres just not lasting then when you say they turn to jelly?
Yeah, well, the Renault, we've done it a few times, me and Nicky, and we've done it again this evening and done hard tyre runs, and the Renault just does not do hard tyres. It's 3 or 4 seconds behind everything else, and you can't switch them on however hard you try. And last season in the Porsche, you could switch the hards on, but you can't do it in the Renault, so we are forced to the softs. But they last the whole race as long as you take care of them. But 2 laps in, they're like jelly.
Well, you're ahead of Maze and Rabbit Joe for race 2. What can you do there?
Well, you know what it's like, Matt. We'll have to wait and see, really. Anything could happen. I would like a strong result. See what we can do. Stay consistent, pick some people off.
Best of luck, buddy.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers, bud. We've got Rabbit Joe in as well, and Joe, you got ahead of Maze Gamer after Maze had a bit of a wiggle and caught the side of you. Obviously, no intentions. What happened behind Phil? Because that's where your race kind of was undone.
I didn't know where it was going, and I was kind of in the wrong place, wrong time. Tried to overtake it, turns out the wrong side, and lost the place to Maze. And then I was just trying to catch up with Maze too much and made that mistake, which then led me into the wall and gave me some damage. To then I had to carry it home with a couple of seconds lost each lap to give me a second place, which, to be honest with you, I'm still really happy with, and I keep getting closer and closer to Maze throughout this season, which hopefully I'll get there and be fighting with Maze a lot closer.
Talk us through the pit stops, because that was a heck of a stop from your boys.
I'm not sure with Kieran. I know he had some damage, so I don't know if that just gave him a really good pit stop, but I know I saw one engine damage and thought, let's see how well this glitch works on this track, and it just gave me a really nice 2-second in and out pit stop with being cautious on the entrance, because I didn't want to get that time penalty, and turned out to be decent.
Another thing as well, soft or hards for you? Same question as Kelly.
Hard tyres, I think I would demolish soft tyres if I used them.
You're the one who starts right at the back for this one, Joe. What can you do from there?
Just see who I can get in front of and take it carefully throughout the first turn.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, mate. We'll let you get back to it.
Thank you.
And we've got Maze Gamer in the chat. Maze, it's great to see you back out there this week, and another win.
Yeah, I'm happy for that.
How tough was that for you? Because we saw you make that mistake early on and catch the side of Joe. Was it tough going out there?
I didn't hear you. Sorry. Can you repeat, please?
Saying that, was it tough for you out there, because we saw the little wiggle you had that sort of caught the side of Joe. Was it hard out there for you?
Yeah, it was really hard, because I didn't have any practice, so I didn't understand the hit cycle of the hards.
Right.
So I had this from lap 2 to lap 7, like massive overheating and a little bit, just a little grip.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to save it and limit the damage. And
was you on the soft tyres then?
No, I was on the hards.
Right.
I think for the Merc it's impossible to run the softs, because the Merc tends to overheat the tyres a lot.
Yeah. You start P12. What can you do from there?
I will try my best to overtake a lot of cars cleanly and try to get the best result possible for the championship.
We wish you best of luck, buddy. That's your 7th win of the season, so best of luck, mate, on number 8.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Dan, 3 drivers who are very happy with what they've done, and Maze Gamer, 7 wins, still a few left. Could he look at Fury's record?
Could possibly do it. It is still possible, so Maze Gamer, can he top off something that we thought may never be touched by Jamie Brazy? But obviously now Fury's gone and smashed it. Can Maze now go and smash that record? In a minute, we're going to run out of races to win.
Yeah, we are going to run out of races to win in a minute. Then is not the best of races for Dean Wysocki. Currently still 5 seconds off the pace, and he's struggling. Ukbar, though, currently on provisional pole at the moment by 900ths of a second. He's flying again at the minute, quicker in the middle sector, a personal best for himself. Does he improve on his lap time overall? No, loses out by 6/10 as Dean now comes into the mix and goes P3, 2/10 off the pole. But Smoky Devil on a quick lap at the moment, purple and green sectors for him. What's he going to do as he comes round the final bend? Can he improve? He only needs 900ths of a second. Any improvement here will do for him. Smithy and Don't Know Mate are done in 6th and 7th, and he does improve and goes pole by 0.3 of a second, and crucially will get one last run at this, Dan.
Yeah, he will get one more stab at this, and for Don't Know Mate and Smithy, that is it. Their session is done. I believe DJ Phil should be able to get another lap time as well. So DJ Phil, the talking man of that race as well, with Rabbit Joe holding them up in the race before. So DJ Phil obviously getting in the way of the fight for the race win earlier on, but nonetheless, where else was he meant to go? He was out on track. He was in his own rights to do so. So Maze Gamer handled that a little bit better than Rabbit did.
Indeed he did. DJ Phil then coming round. I'm just looking at my timing screen. He was quick in sector 1, a personal best, but nothing in the middle sector. Dean and Ukbar personal best in sector 1. Dean's has now changed, so I wonder if he's had a problem in sector 2. And Phil does improve by 7/10, stays P4, but crucially gets one more run in Ukbar here. And Dean Wysocki coming towards the end, but Stovsloff will finish his lap. Can he improve? A man on double points tonight, as is Argent. Can Stovsloff improve on his P5s? DJ Phil's gone back to the pits. No, but we'll get one more chance at it with Stovsloff. Here comes Dean and Ukbar. Tell you what, these two might just creep another lap in here. Ukbar might. I don't think Dean will. If Dean's going to try and push for it, he needs to hope that he's on a bad lap here, because he's not going to improve at the minute. Ukbar will get one more, improves by a little bit. Dean as well just finishes and doesn't improve, so Dean will stay P3. Ukbar, though, crucially, Dan, only just under 3/10 behind Smoky Devil, will get one more shot at this.
Yeah, if he don't know if he would want to be on pole position. He will have the inside line. If he gets a better start, he will be able to jump Smoky Devil into turn 1. But here he comes now, Smoky Devil. Has he improved? Has he extended that gap to Ukbar? No, so he will stay from at this precise minute on pole position. So Stelsloth and Ukbar are the only ones left to do so. And that's obviously talking about the reverse grid. That's the minute Rabbit Joe and Maze have drawn the short straw and will be starting at the back of the grid. It's near enough the order they finished in, just in reverse. Nikki obviously finished ahead of Arjun and Welshi, so they're going to be further back. Nikki's going to be in the middle of all the chaos, but Stelsloth here, 6/10 up. Maybe he can jump DJ Phil just at the end. He just needs to get this last sector down, and he should be able to jump DJ Phil at this precise minute.
Dan, according to my timing screens as well, Ukbar's personal best in the first sector, but not a personal best in the middle sector. So is he going to try and get closer to Smoky Devil? But like you say, Stelsloth, green in sector 1, no personal best in sector 2. So what's he going to be as he comes to the line, Dan?
Oh, towards the line, here he comes, Stelsloth. Is he jumped DJ Phil? Is he going to get himself 4th place position here? Towards the line, it will be an improvement. What is it? Ukbar bailed in the end.
He did, he got DJ Phil. He got DJ Phil.
He did. Brilliant stuff there for Stelsloth. A little bit of a confidence boost for him.
So Smoky Devil then on the pole position from Ukbar in 2nd place. Dean then in 3rd, just only a couple of tenths ahead of Stelsloth, who only narrowly beat DJ Phil in that one. So that's an interesting one to see. Then it's Don't Know Mate and Smith who finished their laps early. Nikki, the first of the non-qualifiers from Argent Welshi. KLF, Mace Gamer and Rabbit Joe at the very back of the pack. And when you look at that, Dan, you look at that kind of qualifying, bar Nikki, Argent and Welshi, it's pretty much a reverse grid, isn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much it's a reverse grid. And Rabbit Joe Maze obviously a different way around, but near enough is a reverse grid. But this is your grid order for race 2 at Portimao Algarve, around 16, as Smoky Devil will take pole position with Ukbar in 2nd. That is your front row. Dean will start in 3rd with Stelsloth in 4th. 4 different vehicles at the front. I was going to say manufacturers, but we have got two of the same, but 4 different types of cars at the front. DJ Phil in 5th, Don't Know Mate in 6th place position, Smithy starting in 7th, Nicky in 8th, 9th will go the way of Argent, 10th is Welshie, KLF from 11th, Maze Gamer in 12th, and Rabbit Joe at the back of the pack. And Matt, turn 1, it's a very good chance that people will just use the runoff to escape any incidences, any crashes. Yeah. Let's just hope and pray that we get through turn 1 as cleanly as possible. We'll get the jump, and who's going to take the race win for race 2? Guys, get your votes in. Matt, who are you going to go for?
I'm going to give Ukbar a shot here.
Yeah, I think Ukbar could get a good start, get away, and finally have a decent race possibly in his bag here. But I'm going to go Smoky Devil, I think, for this one.
Interesting. So none of the... So it's not going to go down to none of the back runners, none of the leaders in this one. Remember, the lights are coming on for round 16. We're getting close to the end of the season. Business end now, and we're greening away, and nobody moves. And that's one of the Prolapse cars who's hit the pit wall there. Nicky. And it was Nicky. Dean Wasocki then leads this race off the line. And what a start from him. Nobody got away, Dan.
No, nobody got a good start whatsoever. Looks like guys relatively clean through turn 1. No one really losing it, but Dean needs this race from
Smithy's off.
Smithy's that is Smith.
Oh, that's Welshie. No, it's Stealth Sloth. Sorry, Stealth Sloth. Apologies. But that was KLF with Stealth Sloth there. Oh, Don't Know Mate. Did he get a tap from Joe? But he went right straight into the side of Smithy. And Dean then under pressure from Smokey. But Dan, what a strange getaway.
Yeah, barely anyone moved, and I think that's kind of the angle of the main straight. Kind of looked like no one moved. A couple of guys from the second row had a flyer, Dean being one of them.
Yeah, Dean being one of them. Welshie as well from by the backpack of the grid up to 5th place. And that is a DJ Phil. Who's Extreme E, not GT3 at the moment, as he's off in the gravel. Rejoins with Don't Know Mate, and I think that was KLF, who just gives a bit of a tap, I think, between the two of them. As off goes Don't Know Mate. Smithy and Stealth Sloth down in 12th and 13th, but Welshie, good start from him. He's up into 4th. He's wide though, and that's allowed Maze Gamer up the inside for P4.
Yeah, Maze has also benefited from that start. He's really flown up the pack and managed to pass Rabbit Joe and Argent. He's cleared them relatively quickly. But Dean leads this race. Ukbar is going to be under massive pressure from Maze down the back straight. Maze is going to be hunting that Janetta down as Dean will come over the final corner in the lead with Smokey behind him. Ukbar in 3rd, Maze in 4th, Welshie in 5th, Argent in 6th, and I'm not going to try and do the rest.
Yeah, look at Nicky and Kelly then, as Don't Know Mate takes an interesting line through the final corner. Smithy well at the back, but look at these guys. Maze Gamer then trying to gain on Ukbar with Welshie in between him and Argent, and Dean still leading into turn 1 at lap 2. No, he's not, because he's made a mistake, and Dean Wasocki is round again, and Ukbar, whoa, where's that line? That was a huge moment for Ukbar. He's managed to keep it together. He's not really gained any time there, look, as he's lost it. Maze Gamer going around the outside, and has Maze made that one stick? They run each other so wide. Ukbar giving Maze a little space to get this job done, and that's going to give Ukbar the inside line into the hairpin corner then, and that should be job done if you're Ukbar. The last time Ukbar had a Mercedes at this corner, they ended up off, but Maze Gamer gets the cutback, an absolute peach, and he's up to 2nd. Dean still ahead of Welshie, who's fighting with Argent, who's got Rabbit Joe, who's got the 2 Renaults behind him, not right up the tail like he'd want, but Dean threw that race lead away on his own there, Dan.
Yeah, he did. He threw it all away, and now he's paying for it. He's dropping down the back ever so slowly. Welshie now onto the back of him, but he's got Argent, Joe, KLF and Nicky all breathing down their neck. So DJ Phil obviously trying to fight here with the Don't Know Mate, Stealth Sloth and the rest of those guys. But Argent gone very wide.
Wow, as there comes Welshie, just got a bit of a wiggle, I think, on the exit of the corner. Argent loses out to his teammate as well. They're still side by side as they come up the inside. And look at KLF, he's having a look. Has to get on the brakes and get out of that one. But Argent, we saw him have a poor race 1. We saw him have a poor race 2 last week at Oschersleben. Here goes Kelly. Can he keep it tight? No, he can't. And Argent let off the hook here. But some sloppy driving from Argent tonight is costing him these places.
Yeah, but watch this. Watch the Mercedes just disappear as the Renault struggles for straight line speed down the back straight. Here we go, Kelly and Nicky really close to Argent, but they're just not gaining. They're losing time. Look, even in the slipstream, Argent just creeping away ever so slowly with that high downforce setup as well. So Argent going into turn 1. As Argent Interesting line into turn 1. He goes and he runs wide. A lot of track limits there, mate.
Yeah, a lot of track limits here for Argent. As Kelly, is he going to send one up the inside at turn 3? No, he's not. Can't get the job done. A bit too far back from Argent. Welshie staying ahead of Rabbit Joe at the minute. Smoky Devil leads from Maze Gamer from Ukbar. Dean still P4 at the moment and trying to hunt him down. As while these lot battle, Dean can just slowly pull away from these guys and gain on the back. He can get consistent laps in. Welshie into the hairpin ahead of Joe, who gets it stopped just about. Tries to tuck underneath Welshie, but I think he compromised his exit there by trying to cut underneath. He lost the momentum through the corner. Where's Nicky gone? Because he's no longer on the back of this pack. He's dropped some right time. In fact, he is with Don't Know, mate.
Yeah, more importantly, look at this. Maze Gamer's now caught Smoky Devil for the race lead. Can Smoky hold Maze for a little bit longer? Maze looking to the outside here. That would be a brave move to get done. But
he's lost it!
So he wakes and lost the rear. So Maze obviously trying a brave move that was not going to work out. Has lost out. Ukbar lost a bit of time to Dean. Dean's caught onto the back of Ukbar now. So can Dean find a way past Ukbar and gain a few more places? But Smokey given a lifeline there as Maze makes a mistake and trying to go around the outside of him.
He did indeed. Dean gaining on the back of Ukbar, like you say. Can he now get away from Welshie in this battle that's happening between him? What has happened to Kelly? Because he has dropped a few seconds to Argent then on this lap. Has he pushed too hard and made a mistake somewhere? Did he look for a gap and it got shut on him? But Don't Know, mate, back up into 10th place on the back of Nicky at the moment, and so far so good. Welshie running a wider line. Joe trying to keep it tight here. Welshie had to get out the throttle. He's got such a run as Joe on Welshie. The Lamborghini on the Mercedes-Benz. Welshie tries to come across. He's not doing it, you know, just yet, but Joe's going to have that inside line, but it's a tight inside line into turn 1. Does Joe make the move? No, he backs out of it. Welshie keeps that position.
Yeah, cleverly holds that position, Joe. He's going to have to wait for somewhere a better opportunity than that.
Oh,
this is happening.
Late on the brakes, and he loses the rear. And as he tries to catch it, he's caught his teammates. Sorry, Dan, but the teammates touch here in Algarve. Kelly now right on the back of these two. Argent's got in front to Joe, and he now can hunt down Welshie. Maze Gamer gaining on the back of Smoky Devil once again.
Yeah, there's fights happening all up and down the grid right now. Argent and Joe coming together, which is allowing Kelly to get back onto the back of him. Whatever mistake Kelly's made is come undone due to the fact that Argent and Rabbit Joe have made contact with one another. So Rabbit Joe struggling. Smokey's
dropped it! He's dropped it somewhere on his own, and that's put Maze into the lead, and Ukbar up into second, and Dean back up onto the podium in 3rd place. And what happened there to Smoky Devil? We missed it, but we know Maze was gaining on him. Was there any contact? Did Smoky drop it on his own? That is the big question. But Dean now up to 3rd, Ukbar into 2nd in the Ginetta, and the Flying Dutchman having the race that we've longed for a while now. But it's your championship leader who leads once again here. And look at this train in the background. Joe having another look at Kieran.
But what Ukbar could really do right now is these guys too busy fighting one another. If anyone was going to try and challenge Ukbar for the podium, it was either going to be Joe, Argent or Kelly. These guys were the quickest in qualifying earlier on, so Welshie as well, but these guys are all too busy fighting one another.
I reckon Don't Know Mate's had a problem somewhere because he's just lost out to DJ Phil and has dropped off the back of Kelly. Whoa, and look at the line that Welshie and Argent take there. Talk about track limits. Joe stays well to the inside then, and Kelly with his lights on. Joe's got the run on his teammate, and we'll have that one done. Communication here, lads. I said it at Ostrava for Team Pro Laps. I'm saying it here for Forever Forward. Kelly would love to see these two, Matt Neal and Gordon, shedding each other. And Argent gets the undercut on his teammate, and nearly does. Joe very wide, and Kelly could win it up. And Joe's tapped the rear of Argent. He's managed to keep it going. Kelly then gets past Joe, and I tell you what, Forever Forward are spitting feathers in the garage.
They are making one too many mistakes. If only Nicky was a little bit closer, he would have been benefiting from this as well, but he's not. He's losing out due to the fact that these two guys are too busy fighting one another, and Kelly's fighting with these guys and trying to outdo the Mercedes here at Portimao. It's now Argent's turn to try and overtake Welshie. Welshie is holding them up.
Dean then has Smoky Devil right on the back of him. He's not been able to close into Ukbar as he'd have wanted here, and Dean needs a better race too. He had a poor race 1. Can he get that podium that he's longed for all season? The SLS has proven its pace back at Donington with Alfie. Can Dean get the best of it? He's shown promise at Oscherslaben last week as Ukbar looked very slow there, and Dean's had a bit, I don't know what line that is from Dean, but wants to be careful that he's not going too far onto the grass.
Yeah, well, that line seems to be quicker because he was up on his time, apparently, according to that. But PN Motorsport making a brilliant comment there, saying that Mercedes hitting each other like they did at Barcelona in 2016.
Yes. Hamilton and that boy Hamilton, you know, his name keeps popping up all of a sudden tonight. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that guy who's going to be 8-time world champion.
I hope so. Hope so.
Probably one of the greatest F1 drivers, and I believe Jamie Brazy's favourite driver as well.
Jamie Brazier's favourite driver of all time. Now, what's happened to Argent? Very slow out that final corner. Really strange run from Argent. He was on the back of Welshie and has now lost so much time as the cameraman struggling to pick them up. Look at Joe on KLF here. Look at the amount of speed that Mercedes has got over the Renault. But Joe doesn't have enough of a straight line. And Argent looked like he was struggling because Kelly, what's happened to Dean? Oh no, Dean.
He's had another spin by the looks of things, and that's given Ugbar some more breathing
Kelly's
space.
looking at Argent, I think. He was having a look.
No, he hangs in there. Nicky's in the pit, so I think Nicky's had damage. He's getting his pit stop done and out the way. The front of that car did not look sweet, so it's still Mays who leads this race and extends his gap quite comfortably with Ugbar with a solid second place. Smoky Devil in third. Dean Misaki in fourth, with Welshie still defending from this slot.
Yeah, Welshie doing a top job at the minute to defending so far. Don't know, mate, in the pits as well. He's doing a cracking job, and Dean will be kicking himself. Consistency has been his worst. It's been his Achilles heel for so long. And Argent looking underneath Welshie. And Welshie and Argent have a bit of a twitch here. Smithy's in the pits as well. But here they come. Argent just can't get it done. Is he never going to look round up the inside here and on the outside? No. Just ran out of space there. Welshie sideways. Can he hold it? Can he hold it? No, he can't. Argent, job done. Where does Welshie feed up? Dean's on a moment as well.
Yeah, Dean's round and in the wall, so Dean dropping it once again, and he's got major damage to the front of that car. Meanwhile, Smoky Devil has been hunting down Ugbar ever so slowly. So now Smoky Devil is going to try and attack the back of that Ginetta. Ugbar is going to have to start thinking a little bit as Mays is coming into the pits.
Yeah, Mays is in for a stop then at the end of lap 6. And where is Argent going again? Off to the kitchen cleaners with the looks of things, the line he's taking there. So Mays Gamer into the pits, but he's not really in this race, he's on his own. But Kelly then doing what he did last time. Pitted at lap 6 last time. Well, we'll see. He pitted lap 6 last time. It worked for him last time, so he gained on Mays Gamer a bit, but he's coming into the pits now. And that releases these two, Dan, who've already touched twice. Will they touch again?
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be the smartest of moves, because I don't know if it's going to be a smart move, because he was using the toe up to Mercedes. So looks like Caddy might lose a little bit on his own, and it depends where he comes out.
Dean's just missed his pit box, yeah. Starts off on DJ Phil. Nicky's down in 11th, but should, you'd imagine, get past Dean Wisocki then, as here comes Forever Forward and Joe having a look up the inside of Argent, and these two are getting a little close for comfort.
Yeah, they are getting a little bit close to comfort. Their teammates, Arjun, obviously on double points. He needs to be careful. He needs to score well here in race 2. It's probably the best shot he has now, after race 1 was a bit of a shocker, as Joe gets a good run out the corner.
Yeah,
and he's going against his teammate.
Argent was on the brakes mid-corner there, and Argent let his teammate go. What is that about? You'd think with the double points, Argent would be the one to be in front, but he's let his teammate go instead of causing a collision. Smoky Devil a second behind Ugbar. Up front, Dean has got major damage because he is still sat in his pits. And Don't Know Mate and Smithy are coming around the final corner. They may get Dean done here, but Smoky Devil trying to gain on Ugbar, who leads this race in the Ginetta. And so far, so good. Where's Mays? Mays down in 6th place. 12 seconds off the back of Welshie at the minute, but 8 seconds up the road of South Slough. So far, so good for these guys. Any pit stops from these boys at the moment? Nope, they're staying out. Dean then is now down in last and has lost out Smithy and Don't Know Mate, who have both pitted as well. And here comes Joe and Argent. Argent's gained on the back of Joe once again, Dan, but I don't get their change of position there when Argent's on double points. I don't understand that one.
I guess maybe Arjun just does not have the pace, so instead of holding Joe up for points that Joe could earn for the team, maybe he thought better of it to let him go. That's my only logic on that one.
I kind of agree with that. It makes a lot of sense, but they've touched twice as well, so is that in the back of Joe Argent's mind as well? Welshie then, what can he do? DJ Phil's coming. No, he's not.
Oh, that's a bit sketchy. A bit of a late call there, but DJ Phil obviously opting not to come into pits, doing the matching whatever Stealth Sloth does, so looks like he's opting to stay out, but Ugbar still leads this race, but he's got Smoky Devil breathing down his neck. Do you know what? I think this is the first time Ugbar's led a race.
Yeah, I think you're right, you know. I think you're right here, since in the Pro-Am, and he's obviously only done a handful of races this season. Brand new to the season this year. He's touched a bit of curb, very twitchy through there, and that's allowing Smoky Devil to have a real Oh, excuse me, good luck here. Now, as long as these stay out, the quicker Maze Gamer gains on Welshie, Rabbit Joe and Argent, the longer that this could play into these two's hands at the moment. 21 seconds is the gap for the Maze to Ukbar. But Maze, 8 seconds prettier for Welsh at the minute.
He's got a nice comfortable gap at the minute. He's got Welshie a bit ahead of him. He's got Stealth Sloth quite a bit away behind. Kelly and Nicky not really in any threat to attack him either. So Maze just has to keep it smooth and consistent, and he looks like he's going to take another race win if he keeps it like this. But I don't want to curse him just yet. But Ukbar doing a fantastic job in that first place position at the minute, and now extending a little bit from Smokey by the looks of things.
He is, isn't he, Joe? Then Rabbit into the
Joe's
45s.
This is why I think Arjun let him go.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That he has, and he's trying to hunt down Ukbar.
I think you're right, you know. I think you're right there, Dan. I think you've called it brilliantly then, as Maze has got past Welshie. Welshie's coming to the pit. So where is Nicky? Nicky got past Welshie after Welshie lost it then. Not Nicky, sorry, apologies. KLF then a bit in front of Nicky. I think he'll get Welshie. Welshie's out the pits now, but yeah, Kelly's going to have that run on Welshie. Job done. He's halfway down the straight there with DJ Phil just in front. And there's Welshie. Job done for Kelly then over Welshie. So that's that pit stop worked for him. Oh, bit of lag from Smokey there. Let's just come away. Yeah, let's come away from Smokey a little bit so that he hopefully stays on track. These two then keeping that gap to Maze Gamer at about 20 seconds, so they're doing the job that they need to do. Maze has got 10 seconds to Argent now, but Argent's lost 4 seconds to his teammate. And I think you've called it bang on, Dan.
Yeah, I think Joe's just got a little bit more pace than Argent, and with that is allowing him to try and hunt down the leading two. I mean, he might not be able to get Maze this race, but he knows he can at least gain possibly a second place out of this. So now releasing him, there's more points available for Joe and more points for the team if Argent lets him go. Playing the team game at the minute, Kelly and Nicky will be facing some traffic. Kelly's obviously trying to get past DJ Phil.
Ukbar, I think, is coming in. I think Ukbar was coming into the pit lane there. Yes, he is.
He is. Kelly has cleared DJ Phil, so it hasn't taken him too long to do so. So Kelly has cleared him. Next one's clear is Stage Sloth.
Yeah, he's got a few seconds to self-sloth. Ukbar into the pits. I think Argent's coming in as well. Yep, I saw the slow dot on the map. Argent in as well then at the end of lap 9. So in he comes. And wow, what a stop.
Gone.
What a stop. And Maze Gamer has just jumped Ukbar there. That's job done for Maze then. So back into net first place. 17 seconds now to Smoky Devil. And Argent, where is his pit stop? He's out as well, so he's coming out. Where's Kelly? Oh, this could be tight.
This could be very tight. No, I think actually Kelly might just have that. I think he might, or will he? It's going to be close.
I think he's got him. Yeah, he's got him. So Kelly jumps Argent then. And that's a bigger gap. So the undercut for Kelly working at the moment. Can he then undercut Rabbit Joe? Joe putting in some good times at the minute. Argent then has work to do to get in front of one of the Team Prolapse cars. That was DJ Phil off. So that's quick work for Argent to get past DJ Phil. Welshie's lost a lot of time here somewhere because he's now way behind Argent by 5 seconds. But Smoky Devil now has got... Who's that just in front of him? Was that Smithy, I think?
I believe it's Smithy, yes.
Yeah, so he's got Smithy just in front of him, and then don't know, mate, who he's got to put a lap on. But we're on to lap 10 of 17 for Smoky Devil. He's still got to pit here yet. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you are new. Let's get as many thumbs up on this video as possible. We'll be back live tomorrow night for the Pro Series around Algarve. Can Unorthodox keep his title challenge going? He's got a good gap now over Andy, but can Andy and the BMWs bring it back? I'm interested to see what BMWs can do around here tomorrow night. Gary looked quick in practice the other night as well, so that'll be interesting to see what he can do. But Kelly at the minute, and we've got a returning Mazda, haven't we? We're not sure about Jamie coming back. There's rumours that he's coming back, but we've got a returning Mazda, so that'll be an interesting one as well.
Yeah, Mazda obviously with work related issues with trying to race has managed to sort them out and should be back for Portimao in the Mercedes. But Jamie, on the other hand, is still whether or not if he will return or not. Would be nice to see Jamie Brady back onto the circuit, but we will see what will happen of that. But Kelly here trying to find a way past Stealth Sloth. Stealth Sloth, I think, will just lift and let Kelly go. Don't think it's his fight, but he looks like he is actually fighting him a little bit. No, he is.
Yeah, he is. Kelly was looking for the slipstream and Stelsoft was like, oh, right, okay then. And that Lamborghini just managing to stay in front of Kelly. But you look at Kelly on the brakes, job done, because he's just so good on them brakes as Kelly in that Renault. Not job done yet in terms of passing, but job done in terms of getting it stopped for turn 1. Joe, 4.5 off the back of Smoky Devil at the minute. And Kelly, you just see that Renault. It just looks so nice through the corners, doesn't it?
It just looks comfortable. It's not pushing too hard. It's not having to stress on the corners. It's just planted. As he looks to the outside of Stelsoft.
I think Stelsoft is letting Kelly go, but that Renault's just got nothing in a straight line, Dan.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't got the pace to get past the Lamborghini, and we know the Lamborghini isn't a slow car either. It's very good in a straight line. Lacked a bit of front downforce on the car, but other than that, the Lamborghini's a solid car. Stelsoft's still trying to fight with Kelly as such here, but Stelsoft obviously on double points. He wants to score well here. Smoky Devil is in the pits.
Smoky Devil then into the pits he comes, and that's at the end of lap 11. And Kelly having to look to the outside. Stelsoft goes a little deep, but Stelsoft not pitted yet, but a good showing up in P5 at the minute. I think Kelly got underneath Smoky Devil here.
Bar currently in the back end of the circuit, and Smoky Devil is in serving his pit stop, and it's quite a long hold there. So Smoky has gone. He's about midway down the pit lane. Yeah, Ugbar's now coming down the back straight. Ugbar's put some relatively decent lap times in. By the looks of
Ugbar's got him. Ugbar's going to have him, Dan. He's going to come past him. There he goes. There goes Ugbar then. Back onto the podium and back into net second place. The question is now, how long does Joe go to jump Smoky Devil? Kelly did get Stelsoft and has gapped him by 3 seconds. Argent is now on the back of Stelsoft in terms of that position. Smithy's got ahead of Don't Know Mate, so not sure what happened there. Dean just struggling today. Stelsoft though in the pits, so he's not fighting Argent too hard. And in he comes at the end of lap 11 as well. Welshie then will be released into 8th. Nicky will go up into 9th place. And how far can this man go?
I was going to say, what can Rabbit Joe do now he's got clear air? He's lapping faster than Ugbar, and he's lapping faster than Smoky. We figured it out, man, didn't we? It was about a 30-second gap is what he needs, and currently between him and Ugbar is 24.8. So he needs to gain 6 seconds within a couple of laps. He needs to pit within lap 16. So 4 laps, can he get down to 6 seconds? It's doable.
It's doable.
He needs to be on it every lap.
Yeah, it's doable, but like you say, he's got to wring the neck out of that Renault at the moment for Kelly to jump Rabbit Joe. Argent, double points for him tonight. 6th places in both races. And all right, it's a solid 10 points, and so far it's given him 20. And if he gets 10 points again, he'll give him 40 points. But in terms of that battle with Kelly, and you talk double points and you look a lot at the double points, who scored what double points? Kelly has scored the best double points round of anybody so far this season. Argent missing a trick there then, as Rabbit Joe not pitting this lap, just extending his run. Is he looking to jump Smoky Devil here, who's on that cusp, on the edge of the 29-30 second marker? Is Rabbit Joe trying to jump him and Ugbar?
Well, that's the only thing he can try and do. The only thing he can do now is go long. He's got a decent gap to the next car in front of him, which I believe is Stelsoft. So he's got a decent gap. He can pump in some decent lap times, but he's got to be consistent. He's 2/10 down on his personal best, which we know what the Mercedes have been doing. They've been in roughly in the 44s, 43s as Maze does. So that's the kind of lap times that he would be doing. And if he keeps doing that, he will gain 2 seconds a lap on Ugbar. But Ugbar currently in the 46s as well. So he's matching Joe at the minute.
Yeah.
As is Smokey, who's just done an outlap. And Gary in the comments saying, just tuned in, and what have I missed? Nicky saying thank you for what? Nicky said thank you for giving him his setup. So as Nicky currently in 8th place, Argent having not the best of rounds. Maze trying to clear traffic, but Maze taking the first win with Rabbit Joe in 2nd and Kelly in 3rd. So basically, Gary, that's what you've missed. And if you have missed and you want more detail, then watch the stream back, give it a like, give us a subscribe to anyone who's new to the channel, and also we'll be looking at possibly getting some sign-out sheets ready for the next season. Currently tracks are being discussed through the admins, and maybe some returning tracks, maybe some new tracks.
Yeah, keep your eyes out for that one. Gary, as well, what you've missed is, and you'll be pleased with this, Smithy attacking Phil and really starting to put him under pressure in race 1, and it was a solid drive from Smithy. He's looked a bit more aggressive tonight, Smithy, when he's been behind a car, and he leads Don't Know Mate and Dean at the moment. Don't Know Mate a couple of seconds off the back of him. There he is, look, with Don't Know Mate just there, who's been lapped by Maze Gamer. Smithy's about to be lapped by Maze Gamer as well. And I tell you what,
Maze has hit him.
He has tapped him a little bit there, but Maze flung it through that corner. I think that caught Smithy by surprise. Oh, they've touched again.
Oh, Maze, he's just getting a little bit desperate here, I think, to clear this traffic. I just needed to be a little bit patient.
He doesn't need to be desperate. Yeah, he's got the winner here. He's got the gap to... He's not... Joe's still got a pit. He's got this one done, Dan. But he's just trying to sling it up the inside or around the outside of Smithy here. He doesn't need to.
Smithy's trying to mind his own race there, and he gets a Mercedes come flying up to the side of him.
Well, he's through now, and it's not really lost him much time to Rabbit Joe or Ukbar then as Don't Know Mate, though. What it has lost is Smithy time to Don't Know Mate in their little battle for P12 and 11.
Look at this now. Rabbit Joe is now extending that gap. 45-4. He's cleared Smokey. Well, it's going to be close on the pit stop, but at the minute, Smokey is in that danger zone. Ukbar is just out of that danger zone at the minute. So at this precise minute, Ukbar would still be in front of Rabbit Joe. Remember, Rabbit Joe had a flyer of a pit stop.
Yeah,
so
I was just about to say, Dan, let's not forget the pit stop he had in race 1, and he's got 2 laps that he can, 2 more laps before he pits to extend that run. He's not coming in this lap, so he's going to try and extend his stint a little more. And Smokey Devil on the cusp of being beaten by Rabbit Joe. What's happened to Argent? Just looking at the timing screen, he is nowhere near Kelly anymore and is closer to Welshie. So what's happened there?
Well, last lap was a 58.7, so he's obviously lost 10 seconds to Welshie somewhere. So I'm not sure exactly where, but Argent really struggling, double points, and it's not going his way. Smokey now definitely out of that pit window gap. On the other hand, Ukbar is on the cusp.
Yeah.
Ukbar, I would love to see Ukbar on the podium. When I got into sim racing and I joined Motive at first, this man was the first man to ever give me some help and advice. I joined the LMP2 Championship, and he gave me a setup. He gave me a form as well to help me tweak and change the LMP. And so I would love to see the Flying Dutchman finally get a podium and the luck that he deserves.
How did he do in the first race? If you're on about Nicky, he got a P4. Smithy, I think 10th or 11th. In race 1, but he's had good pace tonight to Smithy. He's been involved in some good battles up and down the track as Smithy then. So Joe extending his run. Is he going to pit at the end of this lap? Don't forget he's got to pit by the end of lap 16, so it's not like the Pro where the pit window closes. I think he'll go an extra lap.
I think he'll go one more. Yeah, he'll go one more. I think he wants to that window of just getting in front of Ukbar. We give him a little bit more comfort zone. Ukbar's doing exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah.
He's being comfortable. He's being consistent. He's been in the 46s all the way through, and that's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to push any harder. Smokey's coming back, though. He's in the 30 seconds. So, Rabbit's in.
He's in. So he's not gone that extra lap then. He's pitted at the end of lap 15.
This is going to be interesting between him and Smokey. Ukbar might just have him quite easily. Maze goes through, but Joe is in and out.
He's missed his box! Oh no! What has he done?
That's easily given Ukbar and Smokey that position, but Joe's gone. He's already gone.
Look at the stop he's had, but Smokey Devil's going to be up to speed. Here comes Ukbar. Dean's going to unlap himself. Ukbar passes Joe. Smokey Devil's going to pass Joe. He's missed his pit box. What has Rabbit Joe done? All that time that he had over these two, and he has lost it. He has threw it away. He's got 2 laps of pushing hard. What, Joe, what have you done there?
Wow. Joe, just not what he would have wanted. It's very simple. You just had to go into the box where the mechanics were. He was the only one there. He was the only one in the pit box. So, Joe losing out there, and I don't stress it enough, but just put your pit marker on. It's so simple and so easy. Just put your pit marker on and you know exactly where you're going, so this mistake is avoidable. So Smokey is now in that 3rd place position ahead of Rabbit Joe. And what a turnaround for the race, isn't it? Race 1, Smokey was nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. At the back with DJ Phil and absolutely struggling. Now he's on the podium.
Yeah, now he's on the podium. Race 1 didn't go the way he wanted it to, but he's on the podium for race 2. And Ukbar and Smokey Devil was the front row of the grid, let's not forget, in this race. Stealth Sloth Knife being caught by Phil in 10th. You've also got Don't Know Mate trying to gain on Smithy, with Dean trying to catch him. But Joe has 5 seconds in 2 laps. What's happened to Maze? Because has the gap come down a little bit?
Don't Know Mate slow as well. Don't Know Mate slow. I don't know what's happened to him. So maybe Maze and Don't Know Mate have come together, because that was a fairly decent gap that Maze had.
I thought Maze was ahead of Don't Know Mate and Smithy. I thought he'd already lapped himself. Big moment! Big moment into the wall! And is this the chance for the Ginetta? On the final lap of this race, here comes Ukbar. Where Smoky Devil has Joe been gifted a lifeline for the podium? Where is Maze? There's Maze. Huge damage on the car. Look at it, a bit of a twitch. It's crabbing. But Ukbar on the podium, on the top step. 1 lap to go.
Just got to keep it on track.
What has happened?
Our predictions are currently sitting first and second. Boys, keep it together.
Oh, Smokey! He's had a twitch! And is this going to invite Joe into the mix here? Look at Rabbit Joe gaining on the back of Maze, gaining on the back of Smokey. Ukbar now has a 5-second lead. And where's Kelly in all of this? He's too far back. But Maze Gamer, what has happened there? Because he was ahead of Smithy and Don't Know Mate. Clearly, something's happened, because Don't Know Mate looks slow. Maze then loses it through the final corner, and he's struggling here, and Joe can sniff a podium.
I think that's just Maze's line. That's how he goes into the hairpin. But Maze made a crucial error and has lost another race win here. And Fury's record is just getting away. But Maze, what has he done? What has caused him to lose so much time? But this man, the Flying Dutchman, has benefited from all this. The Ginetta's going to win again.
The Ginetta's going to gain another manufacturer win to add to all them wins that Andy took with it. Here he goes, Maze trying to push for second place against Smoky Devil. Joe then, just in the background. Maze is deep and runs a bit wide. Joe could sniff a podium maybe, could he here? It's not been the night for Smoky in race 1. Argent 6th, he's not had a great night. But Maze will not want another last corner like he's just had. It's going to be Ukbar though, who's going to come to take his first ever. We said we want to see him on the podium. We love new podium people on the podium, but we're going to get a brand new race winner, and it's going to be the Flying Dutchman. We've had a retirement. Dean has retired from the race, but Ukbar then is going to take the win. He crosses the line to win, and it's going to be Smoky Devil who's gained a second place out of nowhere. Maze Gamer, from bad to worse, he's going to get a third place. Joe, what happened to him at the end? Because he lost a lot of time. Fourth place for Joe. What an end to that race, Dan.
Yeah, what an end. I was just about to say this race has been a bit dull and a bit boring, but it's all come at the end. Caddy crossing the line in 5th place. Argent's going to come home in 6th place with his double points in hand. Obviously, Dean leaving the session there, so he loses out on points.
He scores 3 quarters.
Points, So, but Welshie coming home for a 7th place. Another solid round for Welshie. Nicky as well. Good round from those two. Decent points. Stelsoff looks like he's had a better race this time. Will come home in 9th. But he's got DJ Phil breathing down his neck. Smithy at the back, and Don't Know Mate still finishing. I think these guys are all still on the lead lap. So well done to them.
Yeah.
But massive congratulations to Ukbar. Wow.
Yes.
So happy for him. Stelsoff coming through the final sector now. He's got DJ Phil breathing down his neck.
Yep, Stelsoff comes out the final corner, and I think that's going to be it for P9 and 10 for Stelsoff and DJ Phil. Dean will obviously get 13th place, but Smithy going to come home for another 11th place with Smithy and Don't Know Mate on the lead lap, and they're going to finish this one P11 and 12. Get your votes in for Driver of the Day. I want to give a massive shout out tonight to Don't Know Mate and to Smithy, because I think they've driven really well tonight, Dan. I think both of them have had a good night, but we'll get the vote to Driver of the Day for us in just a moment. Get your votes in now. We just wait for the fastest lap as Smithy going to come across the line now, and Don't Know Mate's going to come across the line in just a moment. And we wait for the fastest lap before we get to our Driver of the Day. I think the fastest lap's going to go the way of Maze Gamer, the only man in the 43s that it does. So another fastest lap for him. More points for him. And as we look at the chat, who've we got? Joe, thought I broke in time. I had pit marker and everything on, but missed it. Wouldn't reverse. Kieran, annoyed tonight. Not happy with 2 6th places. Well done, Ukbar, says Smithy. Well done, Ukbar, Smokey and Maze. What a race, says Peaceful Stepdad. All that was hard work at the start. Had massive damage on the front suspension, but still a great race. Well done, Ukbar. Dan, your Driver of the Day, please.
Oh, it's got to go to my old friend Ukbar. He's been solid tonight. Other than the race start in race 1 where he got a little bit caught up with Argent, he made a brilliant recovery, and to take the race win in the second race. Finally, he's on the top step of the podium. I'm so happy for Ukbar. So for me, Driver of the Day has to go to him.
Yeah.
Yourself, Matt?
I think I'm going to give it Ukbar as well. I think Ukbar's had a cracking night. He struggled race one with Argent again, but I love crowning a new winner. And when you crown a brand new winner at the channel, I think they deserve massive applause. But shout out to Smoky Devil, struggled race one, recovered well. Mason Joe's had a good night. Kelly has done as best as he can in that Renault, as well as massive shout outs to Welshie, Smithy, and Don't Know Mate for having a good night. One driver who needs to have a look at it, and maybe two. Argent didn't have the best of nights, and Dean struggled all night. But we have got, I think we're just waiting for Maze Gamer to get in the chat. So while we do wait for that,
just want to make sure as well that both the drivers that are currently here in the chat with us make sure that their audio is shareable to everyone so we can hear them. I just need to double check that. But I think Maze took fastest lap there, Matt, as well.
Yeah,
so
Maze took fastest lap, mate. I'm just going to quickly, while we wait for Maze Gamer to come in, I'm just going to quickly run through the championship standings before the drop score. Maze Gamer leads the way from Argent by 30 points, as Argent then goes ahead of Kelly by 8 points. Rabbit Joey's now in 4th place with Nicky in 5th, but Nicky still to take double points. Welshie then, P6. Smoky Devil's in 7th. He's still to take double points, and they're running out of rounds. They've only got Zolder or Sakito to take them, as you're not allowed to take them at Fuji or Bathurst this season. Don't Know Mate sits in P8 and is 1 point ahead of Stovsov, who's used his. DJ Phil still having to use double points. Ukbar climbs up to 11th place ahead of Dean and Alfie, who dropped to 12th and 13th. Smithy stays in 14th place, and Smithy cannot now win the title mathematically in the Constructors' Battle forever forward. Lead Team Prolapse by 34 points, and 34 points with Nicky Sloan a double. That is very, very crucial. Team Pro Lassie of Maze Game are still in 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship. DJ Motorsport gaining on them, though, of DJ Phil and Smoky Devil. MC Motorsport on the back of them, 15 points separates them to AA 3D Printing on 161 with Ironborough Racing on 147. The Flying Dutchman on 101 and Team Runnings on 78. They cannot win the Constructors. We've not got Mazing, so we'll go to Smoky Devil. And Smoky, that was a better second race from race one.
Oh, aye, that was a lot better second race. First race, Cal just didn't handle right at all, so I made a few changes and it worked.
Great to see you back on the podium. It's been a while for myself to get you on here, but it's finally nice to see you back on as well. You've had a few podiums this season, but it's been a while in between.
I think it's been a couple of weeks now I've no podium, so it's good to get back up there.
Good qualifying lap from yourself as well.
I see one lap, over one lap, it was brilliant, but see over like race distance, halfway through the race it got a bit slidey, and then all of a sudden it just came back here again.
Zolder next week, what can you do around there?
I'm hoping to do quite well, hopefully the same, get myself on the podium. Looks like a good track for the Merc, so...
Well, we can't wait to see you go around there, buddy. We wish you the best of luck.
Nice one, cheers.
And before we get to Ukbar, we've just got Maze in. Maze, P3, mate, it all went wrong at the final corner.
Yeah, there's nothing to do besides I'm just stupid. I'm just stupid.
Chelsea Leclerc?
Yeah.
What happened, mate?
So I think it was 3 laps before the end. I just overheated the left tires, and at the last corner I was going through the curb and it spun me.
Yeah.
So I lost I think 10 seconds to Ukbar.
Right.
And I was behind Don't Know Mate and Smithy.
Yeah.
Then when I overtook again Don't Know Mate, I think he missed his braking point, and he collected me.
Right.
So, and I just like I was trying to push because Ukbar was really close, and I just spun it again in the last one.
Well, unlucky tonight, though, mate. But a first and a third, it's a good night's worth of points for yourself.
Yeah, but I have a record of 3 to beat, so
you do. Well,
it doesn't help.
Well, there's still plenty of time to do it yet. Still 4 weeks to go. We call Zolder next week. What can you do around there?
I hate Zolder, so I will just try to limit the damage and try to get the best points I can get for my championship.
Well, we wish you all the best luck, buddy.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
And
congratulations to Ukbar.
Yeah, well said. And we'll get to Ukbar now. Ukbar, That was hard tonight, mate. You didn't have the great first race, but the second race, I bet you had a real smile on your face when you saw him off at the final corner.
Yeah. To be honest, I was already past Mees before I passed him.
Yeah.
I saw him in the mirror, and they were, what happened?
You first race didn't go the way you wanted it to, but race 2, you seem to have the pace in that second race. You seem to be able to keep toe to toe with Smokey Devil and just keep your head down and stay out of trouble.
Yeah. It was a very clean race. Problem with my car is it's a bit slow at the start.
Yeah.
And I think it was in the second corner. I got a little tap, but that wasn't much of a problem. So I kept on going and hoped for the best.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be a win. So I'm glad.
What can you do next week, buddy, around Zolder?
I like Zolder.
Yeah.
But it's quite a tricky track. Easy to misjudge a corner. So I hope for the best. I hope I can get the car stable. Zolder is a nice twisty track. So I'm hoping for a podium again. I hope I can fight at least for a podium.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm gonna do my best.
No, well, we wish you the best of luck, buddy. Dan, any final words?
Yeah, thank you.
I just want to say a massive congratulations to my old friend Ogbar. It's finally nice to finally see him on a podium and chat to him on here. So massive congratulations to him, and also congratulations. And congratulations for Driver of the Day. You got the majority vote for Driver of the Day, so congratulations on that as well. But Algarve Portimao is done again, Matt, and been an interesting round for the Pro-Am. Not the round that Argent could have wanted, but nonetheless, it has developed a great set of racing once again. We've got a new race winner as well, and the Ginetta takes another race win. We then head to Zolder, but first things first, Matt. What's before then?
What's before then is the Pro Series tomorrow night around Portimao. Algarve to come for the Pro Series. BMW versus Porsche. A few Mercedes back and maybe the return of Big Boy Brazier in the Audi. Cannot wait to see this one develop. Sweet and Sticky will be in your box tomorrow night for that one. But massive congrats to Ukbar making that the Ginetta's third race win here at SimPlay Motorsport. The Mercedes AMG, just to point out, Smokey Devil got pole position in that. That's the Mercedes AMG's 46th pole position here at SimPlay Motorsport. But we go to Zolder next week for the Pro-Am, 8 p.m. BST. A few drivers still to take their double points. Will anybody take them next week? Can Ukbar, Smokey Devil, Maze Gamer Joe get some more podiums? Can Kelly, Argent, Welshie, Nicky come back with another chance to be up there and fight with the best? The championship is hearting up and we're starting to get down to the wire. We'll see you tomorrow night, though, for more action at SimPlay Motorsport. Take care and good night.
Good night.
Woo. Well done, Ukbar. Well done, Smokey Maze. Well done, mate.
Congrats, guys.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Aye, well done, Ukbar.
Congrats, Smokey Maze.
Wow.
The
Thanks for
Dutchman,
making it interesting at the end.
the Dutchman beat a Mercedes. It's a familiar sign this season, isn't it? Did Verstappen win at Algarve?
Verstappen?
Did Verstappen win at Algarve? Did the Dutchman beat the Mercedes in the F1 as well?
I think so.
I think so.
There we go then.
Yeah.
See?
The Dutch seem to do well at Algarve.
It's a great track.
Oh, I can't believe you and Argent touched again. Again, of all people up there you had to go off with, it was Argent.
Sorry?
Race one with Argent again. You and Argent touched again, didn't you? Race one.
Oh, that was Argent again.
Yeah. Oh, did you not know? Yeah, that was Argent.
No,
Uh,